you need to know.
Also, I'm going to Heilung tonight. The Viking Norse band. I'm going to go see them tonight immediately after stream.
Ooh.
Very cool. What time is that at?
7 p.m.
So that's 9 hours. Yeah, you'll have plenty of time.
So I'm literally going to throw
That's super cool.
whatever I'm going to wear, run out car, drive over there.
You're wearing what you're going to wear, bro.
It's too warm out here for me to wear a sweatshirt.
That's true. That's true. It's beautiful here today. Wow, it's gorgeous. Hello, Amanda. Good to see you this evening.
Yeah. I'm like, Hob, it's so hot here today. It's 66 degrees. Absolutely.
We have a tropical storm, so I feel like I beat everyone right now. All my Halloween decorations that I just bought, I'm super worried about.
Rowan, you look awesome. Now, we got to talk about this because I do want to do for all of my streams, well, now both of my streams, I want to do a cosplay once a month. And I mentioned that in our chat. So let's figure out when the timing for that works and what that's going to look like. And I'll dress up as a DM. And it's kind of a fun thing to do. So
can you do the DM from the old
the
80s cartoon?
Yeah.
Please. That, or it has to be the exact thing that you have on.
No promises. We'll see. All right. And, oh, yeah. Let me do this real quick.
Yeah, it's either Glitter Bomb John or the old cartoon DM. There is no in between.
I cannot commit to that. I'm sorry.
Rory, if you're talking to us, you are muted. Okay.
He's eating supper.
What a jerk.
John, so question.
Yes.
When are we planning on using the new stuff? Not because I'm trying to rush, because I'm trying to, I want to know.
Yeah, so I'm already using the new stuff on my Sunday game. So I've already implemented, you're talking about the opening screen and the be right back screen and that kind of stuff? Yeah, that's already being used.
Okay, that's for Sunday.
Okay. But I'm probably going to use it here as well. What I want to do is I've got to get that also off to get the animated dragons put on it because I want that, effect flying over as well. But then, I'm going to work, Rory and I are going to work together in the next day or so to get the Twitch stuff up. And hello, Eth, good to see you, Robert. Let's go ahead and let's kick off our pre-roll here real quick, and let's go to our incredible Anna B. Meyer map. You can't see enough of this. I don't care if you've watched all 90 now episodes of Greyhawk Awakening. You never tire of this.
I love strawberry yogurt.
Cool ass.
Freaking love it.
Not as good as plain yogurt.
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean, like Greek plain yogurt?
Yep, just plain, straight up cream cheese, not cream cheese, sour cream.
Cream cheese.
Okay, speaking of cream cheese, this man will take a block of cream cheese and just eat it.
Cream cheese
by
is
itself.
amazing.
Block of
Who
cream
wouldn't do
cheese.
that?
Cream cheese.
What on earth is the deal with your camera? I have never seen a camera. I think you need to actually just take that thing back and switch it out. I think you got a bum camera.
Would it help to unplug it and plug it back?
I was gonna say, well, there you go. Now just don't move. It's perfect. Don't move.
Becca, stop moving. Becca. What is that? What are you eating?
That slow motion, that seems to work. You just have to do everything in slow motion tonight. That should work.
You better run it up for the whole fucking class.
Hey there, Hub. We're live on audio. Did you know that?
I mean, Becca, share one of those Kit Kats.
I was really hoping you would. I was really hoping you would just drop another.
They're not Kit Kats. Rory, if you come in here real quick, I'll share one with you.
Thank you. Good to see everyone in tonight.
Josh, come over.
This is gonna be a PG.
I'm only gonna come over if Rory's alone.
Yeah, Amanda, remind me of that again. Pop that in. Hello, Project Mira. Remind me of that in a bit, Manda, when we have more folks in, and I'll make that announcement also. That's a really good point. Thank you for mentioning that. Josh, because, of course, Vivi's on vacation, we're going to really fall back to our second choice, our distant second choice.
Well, thankfully, she's already sent me a write-up.
Okay. Look at her. Isn't she awesome?
She's amazing.
But you cannot read it in that voice. You cannot read it in that voice. You cannot.
Which voice? What are you talking about?
Read it in Vivi's voice.
The one that is like nails on a chalkboard to me. You know which voice. If you're loving this map, good evening, Tracy. This is the incredible work of the Anna B. Meyer. You can often see her on Gabbin, on Jay's Sunday show. She'll be DMing this weekend as well for Virtual Greyhawk Con. And she is not only an incredible cartographer, but a really cool lady and someone that we appreciate in the community. All right, just a couple other sponsors. Josh, I'm going to let you talk about one of our sponsors here. Talk to us about this sponsor, Cowboy Hob.
No, they're all right. Cowboy Hob is an artist, I guess. No, Hob, who plays Rowan in our stream, is an incredible artist. All the artwork that you see on this page is all done by Cowboy Hob. And, ooh, Scar, sorry, burp. Their commissions are currently open, so if you really want to hit them up, go over to their Instagram at Cowboy Hob and go send them a message. They have incredible line work, their incredible art, their colors are always very, very well done. And especially if you have like a face, particular face you want it to be after and to kind of have your character follow, they're really good at just mirroring that. And especially if you want it based off of yourself, any sort of ideas or designs to send their way, they'll be able to do it 1,000% beyond what you could have ever hoped for.
Exactly. I mean, take a look. You should be seeing now on your screen. Hopefully this is going to pop up the way it should. Yeah, so you can see this is an example of her work. This is Valfino, who is one of our PCs. Just an example of the kind of quality work that Hob does. The lighting, the artistry, detailed facial features, poses, atmospheric effects. She's incredible. Now, I must disagree. She does not have any room for commissions because she's way too far behind on my stuff. So,
I'm reading.
I'm teasing. But thank you so much, and she's amazing. So you can check her out, and she is open for commissions. And so please go to that link, and you can also take advantage of that amazing artwork. And then let's go just one more sponsor, and then we'll get to it, and we'll talk about some other sponsors after the break. Let's talk about our dice sponsor, the lovely Cozy Gamer.
Wow.
How's that audio sound for everybody? Hear it okay?
Yeah, I need me them wooden ones.
Yeah, the wooden ones are cool.
Need them to click clack.
I just need a pair that doesn't roll under 10.
I need weighted dice, Rory.
Weighted dice.
I tried to make them once. I failed epically.
All right, we are live in video. 3, 2, and 1. Wait, that's not what I don't like it that way. Let me do it this way. 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Hello, lovelies.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Blue Box Greyhawk Awakening. This is episode 33 and 90. So we are only 10 episodes away now from hitting the century mark in Greyhawk Awakening, and we will do something fun for that. I'm still thinking about some special giveaways. In fact, I think what I may do, I may go back to, hey, thank you very much, Biggie Paw. We appreciate that. And that is for Rowan. Rowan, you have +2 that you can now apply. So, does anyone know? So, Josh, you were there, and Aurora, you were there. Do you remember what I gave away the very first Greyhawk Awakening session?
No.
You don't?
I barely remember what I did yet. Absolutely not.
I gave away the World of Greyhawk
original Greyhawk
box set glossography. It's a very, very hard to find item. Let me see if I've only got one myself. Let me see if I can get my hands on another one. I may do that next week. A player location is that? Yeah. Let me fix that. Thank you. So let's see. We need to get Valfino where Anaho is. That should do the trick. Boom. I like it when it works the first time. And so, yeah, we'll have some fun stuff when we do that at 100. A couple of announcements quickly. Tomorrow night, Robert, Phantom NJ, will be running a really fun LMA on running your fantasy games in published, homebrew stuff in published campaign settings, which is something I do a lot of. So when you look at, not so much with Greyhawk Awakening, although this is a good example actually with what we've done for the past several weeks in Spine Castle, that is published content from Dragon Magazine 148, but then I adapt it into my setting, I make changes to it. I do this a lot. So many times my campaigns will be bits of things which are custom content by me, bridged together to published content, which is adapted, bridged together to custom content, so that I don't have to do all of the work, but I can still build it to tell the stories and also then adapt when the players decide to go left when I thought they were going to go right. I can find something that helps me build that out quickly. So that'll be a fun discussion tomorrow night, so check that out on Lore Masters Arcanum. And then there will be no Blue Box stream on Sunday because it's virtual Greyhawk Con. And so let me show you the flyer for this if you haven't seen it. It is Rediscovering Secrets and Legends. It starts this Friday. I will be streaming on Friday as well. That's going to be 6 Central, 7 Eastern, I believe, is my stream. And that is going to be the Lost Mines of Verimar. That I'll be streaming that night. Many of you are playing in that, and if you're waiting for your email link and all the info, that's going to go out either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Hey, thank you for the sub. Oh, we appreciate that. Wayne, again. Wayne is the sub hero. On Sunday, he subbed a bunch in my channel. I jumped over to Jay's Gavin. He subbed a bunch on Jay's channel. He is just super, super generous. We have a great community here, and just so thank you so much. So Friday, and then Robert Phantom has a stream that he's running, and Anna's running a stream, and then Saturday I'll be running a game as well. The Saturday game is called Siege and Desperation, and you'll like this. It's actually it's feeding from what you guys have done. So as you know, stop laughing, Josh. I haven't given you anything to laugh about. So as you know, the key to Spine Castle, you guys have found is for what? What were these cultists seeking to do?
Hob, how about you tell us?
No, I didn't realize that was something that was geared towards us. I thought you were still like.
Well, no, I'm showing you there's a connection here. So when you found the journal of the spy, and you figured out what they were after, what are they trying to do here with that key when they find it? They're trying to build an undead army. Right. Thank you, Rory.
I never even got to know anything about that journal. I think
that's right. I think it was that was before you joined. So they're built. So really, the only two people here that should know would be Rory and Josh, and Rory did, and Josh didn't. Yes, that's right. So the Saturday stream that I'll run will be based on this story. It'll be what if they succeeded. And it'll be a one-shot based on the fact that the Temple and the Hextorians actually succeeded in raising an army of undead and what ensued. So it's disconnected from this storyline, but kind of a neat homage and inspiration for it. So check all that out. Tabletop events. Also, I'll be in the Joust on Saturday night, and the Joust is always a lot of fun. All right, we want to get into our game here quite quickly. So let's go to Josh. You notice, of course, we don't have the lovely Rizia with us tonight. Vivi is on vacation. And I think she was at Universal Studios. Was I seeing that right? Is that where she was today?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like Harry Potter World, right? Yeah, so she's having a blast, and she'll be back next week, but she did send her notes to Josh. So Josh, tell us what happened last time.
All right, so what happened last time? Previously on Greyhawk Awakening, the group quickly decide to enter the cathedral, Anaho and Val sneaking in to check it out while the rest wait to jump into action. At the doorway, at Val's signal to jump into action. The ceiling notably appears to disappear into darkness as the two make their way in, checking for traps. Anaho hears the sound of a crossbow loading above him, but isn't able to pinpoint the exact location when an ominous voice mockingly calls to them as fools for coming to retrieve Count Dustin's servant, and beckons his quote-unquote pet. A giant spider emerges from the shadows, locks in on Val, and he drops his crossbow and charges the death puppy with his sword. The massive spider drops down, scurrying straight for Val, biting through his armor, searing white-hot pain pouring through his arm. Val fighting with every last ounce of his strength. He plunges his sword into the spider as it falls on top of him. Rasmus, seeing this, cursing under his breath before rushing to him. His aid, necrotic webbing creeping up his neck, Rasmus is able to stabilize him. Anaho makes his way towards the altar, still unsure of where the voice is coming from, when suddenly he feels a crossbow bolt hit the muscle in his neck, and a weakness begins to take over his body. Rowan and Rizia rush in to see a robed figure emerging from the darkness wearing a steel mask. The robe donning, the symbol of Hextor, raises a metal rod, aka the Thunder Stick, and zaps Rizia 1,000,000 times as he floats 30 feet up. Rizia realizes she is unable to attack him up there, so she moves to free Holbar. And that's as much notes as she sends me, but as she helps Holbar, as well as the dead knight or royal or paladin, to his side, then Val is not only able to be stabilized, healed, but also is able to retrieve his crossbow, shoot at the mage that's hovering in air, enough to destroy the concentration the mage has to make him then come down level with the group, as Rasmus is able to close the distance, take one attack with Val's sword, and then have Rizia come in like freaking Juggernaut and just straight up shoulder checks, killing the dude on impact. As then Rasmus goes and burns through all of his healing, and then his very last spell to set the chapel on fire, as they all leave with the body of the dead knight as well as his shield. The dead knight, I forget his name, but he is married to Count Dunstan's daughter.
Sir Elaine of Ratic.
Elaine, yeah, Sir Elaine, as they were both taken by the Black Moon Gnolls. And that's all I got, as well as a minor fate chip I think was given to Val or Rizia.
No, that went to Rowan.
Oh.
No, it went to Val.
I got it.
I never
Yeah, it went to Rowan.
Cobb gets
Yeah.
anything, sorry.
Nothing.
And then what happened at the very end? Something happened at the very end, Josh.
Oh yeah, that one real cool thing where like Rasmus was like, gotta burn the whole thing down to the ground, and then
I already said that.
Oh, you did? I missed that.
Yeah, he burnt his very last spell slot.
Oh, okay,
Well,
yes.
You made it sound way cooler at the end.
You did, yes.
It's a stone chapel.
It was really cool. Like it was all angsty and whatever. I could see it engulfed in flames, and that's where we left it off.
Hey, it's not just
But
flames,
now-
it's all
now
chemical
we're-
flames.
But now we're at a dilemma. We're in between fire and the blood golem room.
You
correct?
guys were already like 40, 50 feet ahead, whatever, down the tunnel.
Yeah, we have no clue.
Yeah, it's
Meta.
fine.
Okay, all right.
You'll be fine.
All right, so you have two more for Valfino from Toriano. That's Biggie Paw. And we have one more +1 for Anaho. Very nice. And with that, let's go ahead to our character introductions, and we'll get right to the game. Let's start with you, Valfino. Describe your character for us.
Oof. Okay, so Val is kind of a tall, skinny, lanky guy.
Sexy.
He's kind of rugged. He's not the most handsome, but he's definitely not hard to look at. He is very friend-oriented. Loved ones are everything. He will defend and protect no matter what it costs. I mean, just look at the last episode where he ran head on to this big Spidey boy with just this magic sword. He was like, whatever, gotta protect my friends. So if you're a friend of Val's, you never gotta worry about, your back. He's always got you.
Outstanding. Very nice. Toriano, 2 for Rasmus. You're on fire today, Toriano. All right, let's go to Anaho. Please introduce yourself, Anaho.
Yeah, so I play a Naho, very short but stout halfling. Always curious, and last time went around trying to not separate, but provide a little bit of protection and cover, knowing his abilities, generally speaking, and is becoming more and more intrigued with poisons.
Very nice, and just collected some excellent poison. Talk to us about Rowan.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Just gonna start off by saying I'm sorry if you hear rain. Like I said, we're in the middle
Yeah.
of a tropical storm
You should be
warning.
sorry.
So, Rowan Greycastle, 6 foot tall, blonde bombshell, with a not so secret curse. I believe she's almost dead last time I checked.
Sure.
And she's wearing all types of different bits of armor and stuff that she's found throughout her very short venture with this group. It's like they met and then immediately almost
Just
dead.
death. Also.
Very nice. And she's been really well played. Hey, Patrick, good to see you. Good to see all you folks in. If I haven't said hi to you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just hard to keep up with. And last but not least, tell us about Rasmus.
Rasmus is a good boy. He's a good, very good-looking guy. It's more of like a rugged handsomeness. He and Rowan are connected in a way. Rowan and Rizzy are connected in a way, but Rasmus and Rowan have a deep-seated connection through that of long-awaited time. Maybe, just maybe, they are twins, separated at birth. But no, Rasmus is a level 5 Inquisitor. He's got his best buddy Rasputin, which has now gone quiet and will probably be quiet for a while as he's used a lot of his strength to save Rasmus's life, as he now has like a venom-like right arm. And yeah, he's spent. He is so tired. He's still very nauseous. And he's just kind of limping behind at the very back of the group as he set fire to this unholy chapel.
Good enough. It works.
Yeah.
All right. And so as we start tonight, a reminder for those that just joined us, we are missing, hang on here, I'm getting some hiccuping. Is that
Our
Zoom?
favorite and best person of the group.
We're missing Rizia tonight. She's on vacation, but she is enjoying herself in Harry Potter World in Universal Studios, so she'll be back with us next week, and we're excited for her to get that time. She said she was in heaven today, which I think is what everyone who comes from Canada says when they get to the U.S., and so we're very happy for her. All right, and then lastly, an announcement from Mystical Unicorn. Great idea here. If you see something tonight, or any night, any day, where you think it's a fun moment, it's funny, it's dramatic, it's poignant, it's crying, it's laughter, whatever, and you think it's a cool clip, go ahead and clip that as a viewer and send it to Mystical Unicorn in our Discord, Manda. She's going to cull through those things, and then she'll work together with Thomas, who's helping us with our TikTok, and we'll start pushing some of that stuff out on TikTok and on Instagram. So you guys, as viewers, can help us gather that content, because the game just gets going, and we sometimes lose track of it. All right. With all that said, we begin episode 33 and 90 of Greyhawk Awakening. Rasmus, as you turn and you see the flame gouting, consuming the benches, consuming the tapestries from the wall. The fire burns bright orange and red all over the walls. Smoke begins to billow. Fortunately, this cathedral ceiling is quite high, but it will not take long for the smoke to fill and then billow through the chambers. You hear the hastened footsteps of your party members running down the hallway, and I'm going to go to the party. Give me the order that you're in, please.
Naho will be first.
I'd probably be second to last, so probably right before Rasmus.
Okay. All right, Anaho. So you then, Rowan, Rizia will be with you, and then we'll have Valfino with Rasmus coming from behind. As you run through the hallways, you can hear this explosion of fire, and it's not difficult to guess what has happened. As you go running forward, you careen through the passageway, and shortly you come to the edge where you know what lies beyond that door, and you can still smell the coppery tang of blood. In fact, you can see the blood splatters all over the wall where that golem and there's actually bits of broken chain that have been thrown into the hallway and lay on the floor crunching beneath your feet, but everything appears inert inside the room.
So from the way it looks, the chain finally snapped.
Yep.
I wasn't here for that. I was unconscious.
I will post up right before the entrance. That way, if anyone starts running in an absolute hurry, I can stop them before they trip into the room.
Okay. In moments, you hear Rasmus' feet padding up, and shortly now you're all staring. I'll bring it up on the screen here so you can see. So, not quite to scale, but the same description I gave you before. There's an iron grate in the ceiling high above. The iron grate lets light down from the temple up above. The strong coppery scent of blood permeates, and now it's splattered everywhere all over the walls, including chunks of bodies that were thrown from inside this bowl-shaped thing. That slopes down in the center, where this blood, which was once congealing, is now quite nicely mixed. You see a still figure standing in the middle. Arms outstretched, not moving, of brass, and it's submerged in the bowl, so it's not actually sticking up above the ground like you see here. It's down in the bowl, but you can still see the arms submerged as it sits in the bowl, and then there are still these emaciated looking bits of human corpses all over. Some bits are floating back in the blood again. The 5-foot walkway that slopes down goes around the edges. What do you do?
Is everyone here now?
Yep, everyone's there.
Yeah, I remember. I believe we're carrying 2 wounded, right? I'm carrying one, and Bruce is carrying another.
One dead and 1 wounded.
You're carrying 1 dead, 1 wounded. Yep.
Perhaps it would be best, Rasmus, both you and Rizia are quite strong here. If one of us step into this, we know that it's going to be a slippery mess very quickly. But perhaps if we all go right away, you and Rizia can ensure that we get up, and additionally, you can get up before it gets too nasty. What do you think?
I would say if Rizia crosses first, then she can secure a line on the other side. I have a 50 feet of rope, if that helps anything.
What about if we combined it then? As Rizia goes, we know as soon as she gets in it, the thing in there is going to spin. She can go, we can all start, and she can secure as we all get across.
But didn't the rope not work the last time?
No. I mean, kind of, but it became slippery, and that became an issue. So I think that's why Rasmus wants Rizia to go.
You can
She's the
see
strongest one.
Inky billows of oily smoke are starting to come down the hallway, and the heat, it's like a furnace inside that cathedral now as things are being consumed by the alchemical fire. A red hue casting these strange crimson and orange illuminations and shadows that dance with the movement of the flames down the hallway, and the smoke is getting closer. It's already starting to wisp around you.
I don't suppose any of us left the oven on back there in the cathedral. I shall kind of like motion back towards the smoke and red glow.
I set fire to it, so it might be best we move.
Yeah, Rasmus, I like your idea. If Rizia would go first, I can follow right behind her, holding onto the rope, and then as soon as she secures it, I'll follow and assist her in helping everyone out.
Rizia, I will go and do these things. Melons.
So what are you having Rizia do?
Well, yeah, because Rowan has one person and Rizia has the other. So is Rizia taking one and then Rasmus is taking the other away from Rowan? Because Rasmus had no body.
Your de facto party leader is not here, so you guys have to decide these things for yourself.
Val will speak up and say, whatever we've decided on, we need to do quickly.
Yeah, Rowan, you sound a little bit quiet.
Sparky did back there.
Oh, I do? Sorry.
It's coming towards us.
How's this?
Much better.
Okay, I'll just hold it.
Rasmus, if Rowan wants to hand out the body, he'll take the body from her, but he's also holding on to the end of the rope.
No, she's not going to let that happen. You're already holding too many things. Either you're going to be the anchor and I'm holding the body.
Oh yeah, I'm
I'm
holding the anchor rope. Everyone go. Rizia is going first to hold the other side, so then we can at least have 2 points at our top.
So you're sending Rizia along the left side of the bowl.
Yep, very quickly.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry?
I just wanted to make sure she's not taking the body with her, correct? She's going alone.
No, she's taking the body with her.
Is that not going to give her a disadvantage?
She looks at you and she shakes her head and she puts the body down on the ground. I can't run across there with him on my back.
That doesn't sound very Rizio like John. Come on.
No, she's also
That's
smart.
Exactly, considering how slippery it's about to be. Regardless as to how strong you are, traction and blood on the floor are not good.
Rasmus, you follow Rizia right behind. We don't need tension on this side, as long as we can quickly get across. So if you go with the bodies, I am lightest. If I need to be pulled, I am easy to pull. Let me stay behind while you guys go with the bodies.
All right. And he'll scoop up the body, and he'll try and just go across with no rope.
Rowan
Well,
will
with
look at
Rizia
Val.
with a rope.
You're going at the same time then.
On opposite sides?
Go first.
You're on opposite sides, is that right?
Sure.
Or no, you tell me. Are you going the same side or opposite sides?
No.
So the idea is that Rizia is going across with the rope.
Right.
Rowan
Yes.
and Rasmus each have a body that they'll go
Yes.
across with.
And this is and
Valfino
then,
will have no body.
Okay, yeah, so your future. So right now, all right, so Rizia goes. Thank you very much, Troll Lord Games, for the raid. We appreciate that, my friends. All right, Rizia steals herself. She takes off. She climbs to the high side of the bowl. Let me move the camera out just a little bit there. You can see it a little better. There you go. She moves to the high side and starts scrabbling along the edges. As she does so, I'll make that check for her. She gets the first 10 feet, no problem. She's now just about level. You guys like my little pool of blood in the middle? Isn't that good looking? Gets to the edge. She tries again. And her foot slips and she begins to slide. You see she falls on her belly, scrabbling with her hands, trying to claw. I hope I don't kill Vivi's character. I hope I don't kill Vivi's character. Wait, actually, does she? Wait, before I didn't look. How many +1s does Vivi have?
Like 47.
Yeah, but the chain is all shattered, Amanda. It's like all broken into pieces. Thank you very much, Chuck.
0.
The chain is all busted. How many? No, Rizia. How many does Rizia have?
0.
She has 0?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
is 0.
All right, then I'm rolling. Ah! She slides further. Do you see the golem? It starts spinning, picking up speed. Blood, pieces of bodies are hurling. Rizzy is scrabbling, but it's too slick. She's sliding back on her belly. Her feet are right at the edge of the pool. Anyone doing anything?
I was just about to say, Rowan is going to drop the body that she has. I forget if it's dead or alive. It doesn't matter at this point. She's going to look at Val. She's like, flick the rope. And she's going to grab on, and she's going to, hoping that Val understands that she's going to use momentum to see if she can use the weight of Rizia to slide her along that bit of slick blood to kind of like whip her back, at least up again. You know,
With the rope, you mean?
Of the rope, yeah.
Okay, all right. You yank the rope. As you yank the rope, go ahead and roll d20, please, and add your strength. Your strength bonus.
Is Val... it's rope playing too. Is Val... Does he understand? Is he helping?
Val will be there with you. He's got your back.
Okay, we understand what I mean, right? I want to whip this rope, like,
Right.
with the momentum of her, the same way you would, like, flip a rope and the rope would carry out. You know what I mean? Like a snap.
Pat draws said.
+2, I'm gonna use it.
All right, go ahead. Thank you, Pat.
Jeez, Pat.
Okay, 18.
18. All right, Pat, and I'll note that Amanda's got that down as well. You snap the rope.
So I think it's actually more. 18. Hold on. I think it's actually more. 18, 19, 20.
It's good enough. It's good enough. You don't sling her, but you do give her that yank, and her feet pull just away from the pit, narrowly missing the spinning of that golem's arms, and she scrabbles up.
Please, God.
And she manages to get herself back up to the edge of the bowl. She's panting heavily. She looks over her shoulder at the two of you and just gives a nod. And she makes her next move around the edge. Oh, barely! She manages to scrabble her way to the opposite end, on the other side of the pool.
I mean, we're all just watching. We're all just like, what else can we do?
All right, she's there. Now what do you do?
Okay. I guess I'll go first. Rowan will, once secured, she's going to look at Val and Anaho, and holding on to like Val's hand as he's holding onto the rope, and she says, "Me and Rasmus are gonna go first. You make sure Anaho is a good anchor, and then you come to me. All right?"
Val will kind of pat her hand and say, "I'll be okay. We'll see each other again." And then kind of like gives her a little like push on the arm, like knock it off.
Yeah,
no,
and she
go.
goes, and go.
Hey, John, before
Yes.
Rowan heads out, there's a bend in this hallway, correct?
In the hallway or you mean in the room?
No, in the hallway. So on our side.
Oh, yes, there was a bend, yes.
So, is there enough rope for us to be able to use the wall, whether it's a corner or whatever?
How much rope do you have?
50 feet?
50 feet down.
No,
Trying to use the wall.
no,
Okay.
it's too far. It's too far from, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so who does what? Tell me quickly.
Rowan is going to be, with what she has, she's going to do her best to kind of like secure this man on her back. So that way, like, she's not like holding with one arm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Trying to like hunch him over, and maybe with like bits of her armor and chainmail, just kind of tucking him in the best she can, and like squeezing her arms together to keep his like arms in, as she's now full feet firm on the ground, and like drying up her hands to make sure she doesn't let go of this rope, as she is now gonna like ice skate across this thing.
Okay, very nicely done. All right, go ahead and let's.
Very careful.
Yeah, let's. Let me have you make a. Let's do. No, I don't like that. Let's make a. I think what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you roll d20 and just add your dexterity bonus to it. There is no specific skill for ice skating with a rope across blood, but I think we get the idea.
Well, I kind of wish I didn't use those +2 now, because this is not great.
Thank you again, Pat Draws. Thank you for all of our viewers.
Also, just so everyone knows, my mom is watching.
Aw, hi, Mama.
Yeah, she's the best.
Your son's fantastic. I love him so much. He's such a
You
blessing.
don't.
All right, what's the roll, Hob?
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
15.
we're not gonna.
A 15.
So don't lie to my mom.
With the aid of the rope, you managed to pull yourself across. The golem just continues to maintain that nice, even, steady space. You're being splattered with blood. Even as it's expelled, most of it comes back, so it's sort of an endless supply. Every once in a while, a finger smacks your head. Bits of body parts, flesh slaps against your face. You try to keep your eyes shielded as best you can without your hands, and you make your way across. Now we go to you, Rasmus.
I don't wanna. Okay. Rasmus with, I think. Rizia was holding the knight, or was she holding Holbar?
Rizia was holding Hobar.
Okay, then that's who I've got kind of under my arm, helping he and I across.
All right, make your roll.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna use both my +1s.
Okay.
Okay. And that's a reflex or a straight dex?
It's straight dex plus, yeah, straight roll plus dex. It's not a save. Just give me straight roll plus your dex bonus.
Okay, that is going to be a 15.
Okay, same roll. All right, so yeah, you pull across, your feet occasionally slipping, but that rope steadies you, and you manage your way across. As you do so, you hear something from above. Hey, what's going on down there? And you hear a voice coming through the grate. You just cast one glance up and you can see a figure outline limbed with the lighting up above, face pressed down toward the grate, trying to see what's happening below. Valfino.
So Val at this point is still holding the end of the rope, and he looks to Anaho. Did you really think I was gonna let you stay back here?
You don't
go.
have a choice.
I got this.
You are
I'm
heavier
not
than I
going.
am. You are heavier than I am. If you slip, you're harder to pull. Don't be a fool. Go. I'm light.
I will not slip.
Go.
We don't have much time here.
Go.
No.
Oh my God, does Rowan see them sitting here going?
Yeah. And now the smoke is beginning to billow even more deeply. You can't help but start to cough. You can tell in moments it's going to be so thick, you're going to have to start dealing with it in a way that's going to be difficult because it's not going to be easy to breathe. Some of it, fortunately, as it roils through, some settles low, but as the room's starting to fill, that grate is above. Hey! And then you see the face disappear.
Rasmus is going to start heading, like letting them take on. He's going to start heading forward to try and keep an eye on whatever's going on in these future passages.
Okay, all right. That leaves us back to Valfino and Anaho.
You're not that much lighter
Go.
than me. And now, listen to
my
me.
gosh.
I'm not going.
Oh
You
my
go, I'm fine. And you can just see in Val's face, he kind of just like sits back. He's like, we don't got all day. And he's not budging. He's stifling small little coughs. He's kind of smirking a little
To
bit.
the
but
death of us
he's just-
all, Valfino, you are killing us. Go. I am later. This was the plan. You are delayed.
All right, I need both of you to make a fortitude save. This is going to be a DC 13 this round. Fortitude save DC 13. As the smoke, it moves from a gray to a dark black, and you can smell all the things that are burning in it, which are not wood, begin to choke your lungs. What's your roll, Rory?
13.
A 13. All right, you barely make it. You're still coughing, but you are not staggered or sickened this round.
I rolled a 2.
Valfino, you take a deep breath. You see Valfino starts choking. You are now sickened. All your rolls are going to be at a -2. And it's getting thicker.
It kind of makes
I'm
sense
gonna-
because Anaho is shorter. And,
Yeah.
I'm going to grab the rope from Valfino. I'm going to very firmly tie it around his waist, and I'm going to tug him as we head across.
So I see Anaho holding onto the rope, his little feet like moving underneath him because he can't pull. You feel him tugging at you. His feet are slipping as he's pulling. More and more smoke. You see up above, there's no one peering through that grate anymore.
We need to go before they come. You've been foolish long enough. Now go. Let us go together. And I have him tied off in case he slips because he is not doing well.
Val will kind of just look at Naho, and he doesn't like this one bit, but he understands. So he's not going to resist. He'll go, but he's just happy that Naho's going because he feels like he can, in case Naho slips, he can be there to help.
Okay. Both of you, please roll D20, add your dexterity bonus.
on you dinglebutts.
Can I add my acrobatic skills to this one? Because it is.
It's not really acrobat. It's a good thought, but no, we're gonna go straight dex bonus to this.
I'm gonna add my last +1 here.
Okay.
So
Just watch as both of them
18.
get turned into cat food.
20.
What's that?
Okay.
No, I heard you. 18. What'd you roll, Val?
I said 20. I rolled the 17 and then the +3.
Okay.
And then -2 would be.
All right.
18.
Making quite the amusing pair as you both sort of struggle against the rope one another as the golem still spins. In moments, you are all to the other side as the blood continues to splatter. You see Rasmus is headed down the hallway. You're across. What do you do?
we have no time to wait. We already know that someone has seen us. So we better get going like Rasmus has already done.
I'm assuming when Rizia, once these other two were there, they're go. Picked up bodies and they're out of there.
Nope.
Okay, you scoop up the bodies, you run down the rest of the hallway, you go through the room where the well was, you still see the bits of broken stone and the chunk of chain that was cut off. You can smell the fetid stench of death coming up from the well, and you well remember, no pun intended, what you saw down there. You rush past that. You catch up with Rasmus as he picks his way over that first body, and you can see up ahead the stairwell that leads up into the cemetery that you entered in through.
If Rasmus will let me buy him, I'll push, or I'll take lead or take point and go well in front of everyone else
Okay, so
with both daggers out.
you're going to go well ahead of everyone else, is that right?
Yeah. Let's call it 50 feet.
And so are you going to go up the stairs by yourself?
Yep.
All right. So you go walking up the stairs, and as you reach the top of the landing, you can see it's the deepest part of midnight now. And you can hear the sounds of the city streets around you. But you can also see two figures stand in the middle of the cemetery, robed in dark robes, as though waiting.
Have they seen me? Well, do I think that they've seen me?
Given that you made no attempt to be stealthy, or at least announce no such attempt, always an important thing to remind. Yes, they see you. And the one to the right says, "You there. Surrender yourself now, and perhaps you will find mercy."
I'll put my hands up. Remember, I got my two daggers in my hands. I'll put my hands up in a non-threatening way and speak to be heard. I think that I'm in the wrong place. Can you help me?
Do we hear?
Yeah, I'm assuming you didn't say you stopped, so you're actually coming up the stairs now. Yes, Hextol can help you. Now, drop your weapons. And both of them, they pull their hands out, and you see they begin to make a motion of prayer, and then sort of directing it like they're preparing something. Drop your weapons, and you may live to see this night and find if Hextol has mercy for you.
Can we hear them speak as well?
Yeah, now you're at the top of the stairs as well. All of you are there. Unless you decided to stop, you could have heard the voice. If you decide to stop on the stairs, you can. You hear the voices.
Yeah, that's why. We hear Nahu oh, I think I'm in the wrong place. That's very out of character for what we're really trying to do. And then once the other voices are heard, what I wanted to have was Rowan have them stop, I guess, right up at that point where we can kind of maybe see Anaho.
Okay.
Just enough.
All right. So Anaho, she's trying to stop you. Rowan is. Do you let her, or do you continue on?
Val will have been in the very back, and when he heard the voices, he would have pulled out his crossbow.
Okay.
Not quite up at the opening yet, but still further back where he can listen, and he just waited back a little bit.
So you have the crossbow. I'll say you can load a bolt. Do you ratchet and knock it? Because it does make sound.
Yeah, he's at the ready. He's...
If possible, when this is happening, Rasmus would lean Holbar against the wall, pull out his shield, and then right as he sees Valfino about to make the noise that he so well knows, he'd like to try and spring up the stairs and try and clamp the shield right in front of Anaho.
All right, then we go to initiative.
Rowan, was there anything you would like to have been doing in that little...
My whole thing was for everyone to stop.
Yeah.
And not go any further. So, I mean, at that point, I can't make you do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Did you guys stop or not stop?
She tried. Rowan tried. No, he went.
I tried.
Yeah,
He stopped.
Rowan
He
tried.
went ahead.
Valfino was going to knock that crossbow bolt no matter what, and Rasmus was going to go no matter what. All right, it is initiative. Who's up for initiative? I don't remember last time.
Rizia, so Rizia's going to roll for us.
We'll
she
rotate
got
to
6.
Valfino. Valfino, roll that D6 for me, please.
Okay. Okay, what's with me today? I can't. Rory, we've been spending too much time together.
No.
I rolled a 3.
God.
I rolled a 2.
All right. They have the initiative. The one that spoke first, he holds out his hands, and you see nothing visible leaves, but you feel suddenly an oppressive force on your mind. Anaho, I need you to make a will save, DC 16.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to sleep, guys. So
Not again.
Oh my god.
I can't win on will saves. Just FYI. I got an 8.
You got an 8. Well, the good news is, let me find Rasmus here. I've got all my minis buried at the front of the doorway here. Rasmus comes springing up, leaps in front of you. We're going to put you back because you're still down there, and Rizia would have most likely come running up as well. So I'll have her charge up, and Valfino peers over the top with the crossbow. That should be about the way we are. You don't fall asleep. However, you do suddenly feel every fiber of your body still in place. You can't move. You are held utterly and helplessly in place. The other one looks at Rasmus as he comes running up and makes the same motion towards you. I need a will save, DC 15.
Okay, we'll save. Oh, that's 15 on the die plus 7.
Okay, then you are able to rush forward. That is not too far a distance, so Rasmus, I'm going to give you an attack. You close on this robed figure. Roll to hit.
And yeah, he's going to use a swift action to, in one movement with the blade, he's going to put Bane on top of it, and he's going to choose humanoid. And I'm gonna F this mother trucker up. Okay.
All right, roll to hit.
Come on, please hit. Fucking Cluck McCluckerstein. Fucking potato mama. Okay, that's gonna be a 19.
That is a hit.
Okay.
These are robed figures. These are not armored figures.
Yeah, but still. I don't know, man. Okay, so that's gonna be a D8 plus 5 of the normal damage. Oh, nice. That is 12 normal damage.
Okay.
And then 2d6 Bane damage.
Nice, nice.
7 Radiant, I think it would be.
Ooh, radiant damage. Excellent. So 12 plus 7 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, 19.
Your blade cuts through the ebony arm glinting in the light, and you carve a nice cross section from his clavicle across his chest down toward his ribs. Blood spills. He staggers back. Ah! Infidel! And now we go to Rizia, who's also charging forward. And actually, since you already have the crossbow bolt knocked, I'm going to let you go next, Valfino. So are you shooting? Now remember, look at the angle of this. In fact, let me come from the opposite direction. So you're both on the stairs. Let me put you back here just a little bit more so it's easier to see. You're both still on the stairs. You have the two right here. I'll light this up for you. So here are the two priests. Now here you have Rasmus, Rizia, and Anaho. So all three are in front of you. There is a very, very strong likelihood a poor roll will result in hitting one of your comrades.
Do it. Do it.
Am I able to take a couple steps forward first?
Sure you are. Uh-huh. You can move out if you want. In fact, this would be apparent to your character, so I'm not giving over much help here. If you were to move kind of let's call that, it's only 7 or 8 feet up the stairs. You could probably get next to this wall. That would give you an angle on this priest. That's probably your best shot.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. You sprint forward, your boots crunching on the soil outside, the torches casting that amber light across you. You get that angle. Ooh, it's still tight, but you get there, and go ahead and make your roll.
D20 for this?
Uh-huh.
Am I adding anything?
Yeah, it's your normal to hit, so your base attack bonus, plus your dexterity bonus, because this is a missile weapon. Sorry, they don't have fireball. 491.
23.
23. That is a hit. Roll damage. Your crossbow bolt. Your trusty crossbow. It's done some good damage in previous combats.
A D8 for damage, right?
Uh-huh. It's a heavy crossbow.
7.
Thunk! You see the bolt right through his neck, feathers poking out from above his Adam's apple, and he falls to the ground.
Mother trucker.
She just vultured your kill. Rizia closes on the opposite one, and she gets 2 attacks.
They just both killed him.
And I rolled a 1.
Piss.
A 1 on the die. Let's see if she fumbled.
If she fumbles, I just get killed.
That is not a fumble. So her first attack, she swings. The priest falls back. The axe just narrowly misses. On the second one, that is a solid hit. Thunk. Ooh, so her axe comes down, hits right at the shoulder, cleaves down about halfway through. The axe makes a sucking sound as she yanks it back out. He staggers back, blood fountaining from his shoulder. He's not dead, and fortunately for priests, they don't have to concentrate. They just call upon the powers of their god. Oh, let's go! So yeah, Benjamin, 1 for all and all for 1, even the DM. Yes, all right. So each of us gets a +1. Thank you very much, Benjamin. As she pulls the axe out, now we go to Rowan. What are you doing?
Are they dead?
No. One is down and one is badly wounded. I mean, there's really...
the dude that's still alive. Who's holding on to that guy?
He's leaning against the wall right next to you.
You know what? I think I'm pretty good where I'm at. If anything, I'm gonna maybe tend to this guy a little bit. Maybe make sure that we're kind of hidden. If it looks like it's getting dicey, then maybe.
Okay. All right, we go to initiative then.
Wait, didn't Anaho go?
Anaho is frozen in place.
Frozen and
Oh yeah,
paralyzed.
F that.
He's playing
guy.
freeze tag. You guys.
Anaho is like, he's my one anachronism for that. He's like Han Solo in the Carbonite. All right.
Rowan, you roll. Just kidding. Nope, I roll, I guess.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
No. It's definitely Rowan because Valpino lost
roll
us.
great.
1, 2, 3. Do something good.
4.
Hey, way better.
You have a 4. DM has a 1. You have initiative. I'm going to go to you, Rasmus. Rasmus, you're standing right there next to the other priest. By the way, the VTT is Tailspire, for whoever asked in the chat. I saw that. And we use both this, and we use physical minis and theater of mind, all that good stuff. All right, Rasmus, roll to hit.
Oh my, yeah, Rasmus.
The ebony robes are now being soaked through with blood. You could tell he's not going to last long anyway. It's sort of pumping, clearly arterial blood just pumping from his neck. And sprays.
I want to kill this guy.
Roll to hit.
I'm going to use another quick action, or whatever it's called, to do another Bane.
Swift action. Yeah, swift action.
Swift action, that's what it's called. And that's definitely going to hit with a 28 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit. No need to roll damage. Tell me what it looks like.
It was crappy damage, but yeah.
If you want to roll it, you can.
No, I did, but it like that's.
He felt so strongly about it.
I think like 10 damage.
All right, tell me what it looks like.
Rasmus having thrown his shield in front of Anaho, but seeing as he was stunned, he then pulls himself around the last round, slicing diagonally on the one. And as he stands back, he gets hit with that bolt through the neck. As in, he's going to turn with the same hand that he has on his shield. With two hands, he's going to turn, pivot, and slicing back up diagonally on the other one, going up, down, across, almost doing an X where Rizia sliced him as he's going to cut the front of him.
Exactly as you have said. And then all goes still except the gurgling sounds that they make. A little squeak comes from one of them as the last bit of his life's blood pours out into the soil. Everyone roll perception, please.
Do I get to roll perception? Am I still?
No, as soon as he. Well, no, actually, no. Take it. No, you're still frozen.
Oh, come on!
Is that a D6 or a D20 for
D20.
perception?
Yeah, D20 and add your perception bonus.
Man,
22.
I try so hard.
Nice.
18. Freaking Rowan. 22.
Well, my perception is a +8, so.
All right. Well, Rowan, it makes sense where you're standing.
Oh.
Rowan, you have a nice
25.
angle. You kind of look and you see through this crevice that goes between the mausoleum and heads toward the temple. You hear sounds and you can see more feet coming toward the cemetery.
Is it our goblin friends by any chance?
No, it looks like several robed figures.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Can I get a top view of where we're at right now?
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
I can
maybe.
see our routes.
Yeah, so originally you came in from this way. This was the side of the temple you came in. Remember, you found the little bag of goblin bits in against the balustrade over here. So you came in from this way, but you can run through the cemetery and try to hop this low wall and get out this way. You could run back this way through this alley. You could try running this way and hopping the wall, but you know that's kind of moving it more of an angle in the direction of where they're coming. So
Okay, so that little crack, are they in that little section right there? Like
no, they're coming from here. So you're seeing them through. You're seeing and hearing them. They're pouring out of this door.
So we need to make a hard right.
Chase through the cemetery.
As soon as they're dead, Rowan, I think, looks at Val, because I know Val got a high roll too, so like they both acknowledge the sound and what they see. Rowan says, "We've got company. We need to move now." And she's gonna scoop up. She still has her dead guy on her, so she's gonna kind of lift up this guy a little bit. It's like, "Rizia, hurry!" And she's gonna try to help this other guy onto Rizia, and we gotta book it now.
All right, and as you turn to move, Anaho, roll D20, make that will save again. DC 15.
As it scoops up and knock him. Wait, really?
Did you make it?
Passed a will save for once. I got an 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suddenly you breathe, you come free. Even as you're seeing your comrades make to the right and run, leaving, you can hear the sounds of the priests coming towards you, and they don't see you yet, but we're going to make another initiative check here, and this is an important one. All right, so who's rolling for this?
Escalators.
And can I take up the rear, John?
Yes, you can.
Shit.
I love looking through things
I
in
fucked
this
it up
app.
because I flipped it. I didn't get to see what it was. I'm sorry.
All right, and DM has a 3. What do you have?
Double that.
Oh, you got a 6? Okay.
6. My first roll, it fell behind something. I didn't see it, and I touched it with my hand, and it flipped. So I re-rolled it because I couldn't tell what it was.
All right, so we're going to have Rasmus in the front, and I'll just use his mini for now because I'm not going to move them all. Rasmus, you run between the headstones, not feeling the least bit guilty for what you're doing, sort of profaning these poor folks. You are doing what you must do to survive. As you push off of this gravestone nearest the wall, it's only about 3 feet tall, which is easy for all but one member of the party. You spring and hand vault over the top of the wall, and you find yourself in a narrow, let me bring you back. There we go. You find yourself in a narrow little alleyway between two buildings. You can go to the left, and it looks like there's some sort of a keep or an inn there, or you can go to the right and try to go through this hedge of brush.
Rasmus is actually, he's going to look over, and Rizzy is directly behind him, right?
Right, yeah, they're all behind you.
He's going to wait for her to be able to get to the wall so he can take the guy from her so she can move over pretty easily. So then they can start making the way. He's going to point.
1, 2, 3.
He's going to point for the alleyway.
All right, you turn and you sprint as a party down the alleyway, and let me make a roll here.
Also, John, just so that said, when he killed the other priest, before he began to run, he put his right hand across the priest's eyes and took the words of the priest with him to listen to as he's running.
Very nice. I wondered why you didn't do that to the one inside.
He didn't kill it.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
so he
okay.
can hear the voices, but he can't understand what they're saying.
You there, stop! You hear voices from behind. As you spill through the alleyway, all of you sort of running over the top of each other, trying to get you kind of jostling, carrying these heavy loads, making quite a bit of ruckus, but then you begin to blend in with the crowds. Again, even at this time of night, the debauched city of Spine Castle is filled with all manner of orcs and gnolls walking around like citizens of this town. It is not unusual to see strange sights in a place like Spine Castle. And as you continue to run, let me have you make one more initiative check. You gain some distance on them that round.
Hob.
Roll again, Hob.
Come on.
DM has a 3 on the die.
Let go. Hold on, where'd it go?
Hob. He's got a 3.
I got a 4.
Okay. All right. In a few breathless moments, you find yourselves mingled in amidst the town folk. And while you do get strange looks, as I said, in a place like Spine Castle, there is nothing strange. And in moments, breathless moments, you find yourselves wandering the streets. Hobart still being carried by Rizia. My town home, please. Get us there. We'll be safe.
Start heading for his home.
Yeah.
All right.
Rizia take lead.
Well, what does Rizia say, John?
Rizia is not speaking at all. Rizia seems very taciturn this evening. No, I don't want to try to do Vivi's voice or anything else. Like I don't do well. No, but
You just go like whatever, or just like okay.
yeah. Okay,
She's
fine.
not gonna
Let's
make
go.
a big deal out of it.
Pretty good.
Okay, fine.
Come
Let's
on.
go.
Yeah. She just goes short.
All right. You make your way through the crowds.
While we're going, John, I'm going to continue to. I know where it's odd sights wherever we go, but
Right.
especially because we had people chasing us.
Right.
I'm not going to linger far behind, but I am going to just keep that watch out to our rear,
Okay.
just to whether it's even if we catch the attention of someone else that's like, hey, what are these? Even if it's not the priest, but it's someone else, just keeping an attention on everyone around us.
Okay. As you do this, you kind of linger behind just a bit, and you let them go ahead of you. You remember how to get to the townhouse, so you can. Do you kind of lay behind a bit?
Yeah, just a small distance, 10, 15 feet, just so I can keep an eye and watch whether the priests are coming from a different angle, an orc wants to come in on us, whatever the case is.
Oh.
Okay. So you stand, you watch behind, and you can see the priests. You're now about 200 yards ahead in the crowd. You can see a group of 6 of these priests. They come running from the graveyard. They look to either side. They don't seem to have noticed where the party is at. And you, being so small, yes, you are inconspicuous.
That's amazing.
Perfect.
All right.
And yes, I'm going to not try to be seen by them, but yes.
All right, you make your way, and weary, tired, bloodied, in a very strange place. In several moments, you crawl the steps that you were in just a day ago and make your way up into Hobart's townhome. You lay him in the bed. In moments, you have started a fire, and the grimy, bloodied adventuring party of the dead stands in his townhome. He lays on the bed. Let me just rest a while, please, if I could, just a little while.
Isn't he missing limbs?
No, he's
No?
missing an ear. He's got a kneecap that's slashed off, and he's got broken fingers. But he was healed. But he's not missing any limbs.
Yeah, he's fine.
The missing limbs were on.
He's fine.
Wait, so he's healed, but it didn't give him back his kneecap, right?
Right,
So
right.
Just like, so he's
He'll
got
be
one
fine.
straight leg forever.
Right. It just basically sort of heals the flesh over the top of it. It's not going to regrow a kneecap.
He'll be fine.
He's gonna be walking funny forever. He's gonna need a cane for that. All right.
Before Hobart, before you go to sleep, I would imagine that the ones chasing us know that you were the one there. How do we keep this place safe? What is to stop them from coming here?
I have kept my home quite quiet. I move often. They did not find me here.
Okay.
Nothing is certain here, but this is as safe as you can be anywhere in the city.
Then do you have at least any kind of traps that I can make sure are set? Last time we were here looking for you, there was a few to say the least.
There is a pot of oil on the roof. You strike a torch to it, you can pour it down on anyone that comes in the front door.
That's fun.
Good to know, thank you. Now you may rest.
He kind of collapses over on the side, and just the chill night air blowing in through the windows, the Raker Mountains off to the north, the moon's glowing their wan light, and you all stand inside his townhome. I'll give you a moment, and you're going to do a little bit of role play here in a second because I've got a question for you. I'm going to be asking each of you to tell me something that you see, hear, something that you think or feel in this moment. But before we do that, I want to say thank you to all of our Mad Chatters that have joined us tonight. We do have 2 giveaways tonight, and we're going to start the first one. We do have tonight this Terrain Crate box set. This is super cool Terrain Crate box set. It is the servants' quarters, and it's got the miniatures with it. It's got a small bed, a large bed. It's got a couch, a couple of dressers. So it's a full Terrain Crate set here, and so that will be one of our giveaways tonight. And then the other giveaway tonight is, as I've said often, one of my favorite resource books. I know I brought a copy of it over here. Hang on. Not there, not there, not there. Hang on one second. I can't fail to show this to you. Where did I put that sucker?
It's in your pants. Come on, John. Take
All
it.
right, stop that, Josh. Hang on, guys.
Remember, guys, to put exclamation point, put Josh in a maid outfit in chat to get into this.
All right, this is not the copy that I'll give away. This is my copy, but I'll give you a pristine copy. I've used this one quite a bit. But this is the Book of Taverns. It is an essential guide for any DM. It is filled with all kinds of cool ideas, maps, NPCs. It's got the breakdowns of the taverns, their histories, and you can adapt them. I've mentioned before, the first tavern that was seen in Greyhawk Awakening Book 2 was Vane Robert's Chains. Vane Robert's Chains was a piece taken right here from the Book of Taverns. I did modify it a little bit, but it was basically from this book, and so we'll give this away tonight as well. So let's start. Which one should I give away first? What do you think, Hob?
The second one.
All right, so we're going to give away the Book of Taverns first. That is an extremely popular one, and so the keyword in the chat will be, hang on, let me tell you, it's going to be, don't do it yet, that's got to be in there.
Right, put Josh in
All right, it's going to be exclamation point tavern in the chat. Exclamation point tavern. You're going to pop that in the chat, and we'll do that giveaway here before the end of the night. And then we'll do the terrain crate here as we get close to the end of the show tonight. All right. coming back to you. Let's start with you, Anaho. Tell me something that you see, hear, think, feel as you're standing or seated. Do you sit down on the chair? Do you sit on the edge of a bed? Do you go by the fire? What are you doing?
At the moment, so once I hear that information from Hobart about the oil and just the use with the lighting it, it's kind of where my mind is as I'm walking through this floor or on this level. There's a little bit of life, of kind of not joy, but excitement, but kind of that excitement that brings like thrill, right? Just this is what I've done for so many years. This kind of close call situations. So a little bit of that thrill, and then thinking about, okay, well, I need to get up there and I need to figure that out. I need to prep this place. And then remembering, as I'm looking around, seeing these rooms, this room and the other floor, I was here before, and it definitely seemed like there was more to discover. So kind of like an odd sense of glee or hope, a bit unfamiliar to me. Both this excitement for life, this thrill, along with some hope, I'm back to loot again kind of feeling.
Very nice. All right. And so as a result, you kind of just start glancing around the walls, looking for things of interest. And let's go to you, Rasmus.
Rasmus would have not even really been able to follow the group through the door. He would have set Hobart down a bit to kind of, as he already asked to walk on his own, he would have just followed the group in, closed the door behind, and kind of stayed by to watch over the front kind of landscape. But as he's laying down, looking through whatever front window or whatever windows there are that he can look through to keep a surveillance, he's just sitting in a chair on the level right inside the window, and he just feels his body growing colder and colder as he's just got these cold sweats, and he feels nauseous, and he's just so fatigued as he watches different creatures kind of looking at the house as they were kind of befuddled at why this group is just running through, and then as they go about the rest of their day. He watches the bobbing head of the giant in the distance, or a giant in the distance, and he begins to feel himself get sick, as then he pulls himself up and leans out the window and just throws up directly outside of the window, seeing the bits of jerky that Val gave to him, some of the dried fruit that he had earlier as that acid burns his throat, as he feels like the stinging tears that come to your eyes, as then he kind of slumps back down, kind of wiping his mouth. And just keeping an eye outside as he leans on the windowsill.
All right, you're sitting down on a chest that leans up against the windowsill. The cool night air comes in and somewhat settles your roiling gut. Let's go to you, Valfino.
Val would be intrigued when he walked in. He's already been here, but he found his cool little rock front here, so he's going to kind of nonchalantly be looking around and trying to see if he can find anything valuable. Val really likes money or valuable items. So,
well, you see there's some pretty nice silverware on the table. You see there are various curios that look like have been collected, some that line shelves. Look like he had some interesting sorts of collecting habits. You do also see there's a tapestry on the wall. Looks like it's probably worth some money, but the thing that catches your eye is that chest that Rasmus is sitting on.
So Val then would walk over to Rasmus after seeing him retching and kind of put his hand on Rasmus's shoulder and hand him something to drink out of a flask on his hip. And it's just water, but it's something to help him. And then he says, "Friend, maybe you should come lay on this bed here and take a rest and basically helps Rasmus up and go over to this bed and leaves, here's some food for when your stomach is better. Please eat, get your strength up. I told you you didn't need to give me that last spell. And then he'll kind of settle Rasmus in and turn back around and walk back over to the chest.
Well, first of all, Rasmus has to comply with this. You don't get to.
If Rasmus is okay with all that.
Do you want to make a sense motive,
I
Rasmus?
saw you just lose your lunch. Do you want some more?
Rasmus, do you?
More food, Mom? No, please.
Italian grandma.
Josh, would Rasmus like to make a sense motive?
If you don't eat seconds, you don't love me.
Rasmus would. He most certainly would like to make a sense motive. Not a great roll, but a great sense motive. That's going to be a 17.
You're not sure, but you do notice as Valfino's talking to you. Anyone who's ever been in a situation, for example, you ever talk to somebody, like they make eye contact with you, but then they look somewhere else? Maybe it's a different area of your body, or maybe it's somewhere else. You see Valfino's eyes. He's looking at you, but then like he kind of glances down at the chest a couple of times.
Rasmus looks down between his legs, back up Valfino. And he'll just stand up and kind of try and scoot the chest away from him towards Valfino as he's going to keep leaning on the windowsill, but he'll take the food and the drink. Thank you. As he'll kind of waterfall the drink into his mouth and hand it back, and then he'll just hold on to the piece of food as he's leaning against his elbow and his bicep against the window, just staring out. And if he starts to see anyone like looking at him or looking their direction in particular, other than just looking at the front door, then he's going to roll back behind to try and keep an eye outside, but also try not to be seen. So stealthy as possible.
All right. So as you do this, so far you don't notice anything amiss. You have gotten inside this tavern. No one seems to be paying over much attention, and the crowd, even here in Spine Castle now, is beginning to thin out a little bit as the hour is growing very late. Dawn is probably no more than 4 hours away. Lastly, Rowan.
Oof. After something like that, it as soon as she were to step in, she would drop this dead body on the floor. I think it's still covered in armor, right? You just hear this loud clanging of armor and this dead weight. As I believe, as soon as we walked in, there's a bed, right?
Yeah, there's a bed. There's a bed right there to the left. So Hobar is in one bed. There's another bed in this room.
Is there one where she'd still be able to keep an eye on the front door, or?
Let me see. No, there's a desk. There's a bookshelf. There's a pair of, everything's been lit in here. There's a couple of candles. There's a window by the door. Again, you're on the 3rd floor here. You went up 2 flights of stairs to get here. But yeah, the bed is on the opposite side of the wall. Rizia, though, is standing by the door. She's laid down. She laid down her burden, put him in the bed, and she immediately just walked over the door. And she's kind of moving furtively between the window and the door, listening.
Okay, cool. As long as someone's at the front door, she's gonna occupy the bed on the opposite side of that wall there.
Okay.
Taking off a majority of like her armor, she's gonna try to get as much comfortable sleep as she possibly can. I know that she's probably gonna get down to maybe like her basic like canvas like pants, and like she has a wrap around her chest. So at that point, you could see every welt, every scar, every wound, bruise. She's painted with it. Every inch of her body up to about this point of her neck is a scar or a burn. She doesn't pay it any mind. She's not trying to show it off. She's also not trying to hide it. But she gets super comfortable in bed and falls asleep pretty quickly. As she has maybe less than half of her health. She is exhausted. She's tired and she's hurt.
All right.
So she's gonna sleep.
All right. So all of you see this. What are the rest of you going to do for the remainder of the evening? Are you going to do anything else?
Yeah.
Does
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Does Val find anything in this chest that is interesting?
Well,
Like-
Rasmus never left the chest, right? Oh, you
I
did?
stood
Yeah, he
up,
did.
Oh, okay.
pushed the chest towards him.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry, I
against
missed
the
that
wall.
part. All right, yes, you walk over to the chest, and you see there's a huge iron lock on the front of it, about this big around.
Is it something that I can potentially get through? Like with my big sword boy, or taking an arrow and kind of jiggling it?
The lock, the hole for the lock is too small for one of your bolts. You could try hacking away at it with your sword. I would not, I would not suspect it would be very likely to succeed, but you can do what you want.
Okay, come back to me. He's gonna have to think about this one for a little bit.
All right, everyone else?
Rasmus will keep an eye, but if he ends up seeing freaking Valfino trying to just straight up carve up this lock, he's gonna step in. But
Okay.
it's all safe for now.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and again, first priorities first. Something seemed like there was more here last time, so definitely gonna take a portion of my time, open up the book or training manual that I've had as far as tactics, kind of review that. It's kind of just an object at this point, but then go about scavenging the house. See what it is that's here that we missed the first time in the hurry. Clues as far, and I'll take plenty of time to do it. But last time we found that book, it was covered in a nasty poison. There's got to be something here. Maybe that was it. He did say he travels light, or he travels often, moves often. So maybe that was it.
So you head toward the
majority
door.
of the time it'll be that.
Rizia is standing in front of the door. You head toward the door to leave the room, and she looks at you. Where do you think you're going?
I'm not leaving outside, am I?
No, but you're trying to go like out of this room down to other rooms, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Where do you think you're going?
Well, last time it seemed like there was more here. You found that book, and he doesn't seem to be willing to just have a couple simple things. Remember the door, the way it attacked that one fella that was with us there for a moment. I do think that there's more here.
And you think it's smart to go exploring here? We're being hunted?
I'm not leaving the house,
Okay, Anaho.
and I will be quiet, Rizia. You know I can be quiet.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's. I mean, fair enough. But, hey, come on now.
I promise, Mom, I'll be home at a good time.
I will. I mean, come on, Rizia. Even my head is below most windows.
She kind of chuckles at that, and the fangs, move in mirth. And you walk over to the door, and in moments you head out to pad through and explore the house. All right, so with you exploring the house, we have Rowan sleeping, we have Rizia glowering, we have Valfino staring at the lock, and we have the nauseous Rasmus. Wow, that sounds like a great Latin name, doesn't it? Nauseous Rasmus?
They call me Nauseous
So-
Rasmus.
So Val will be trying to pick the lock
With
with his dagger and the bolt, and anything else he can find around him.
you see Rasmus, you turn around. It's pretty. It's like watching a child trying to break into like a cookie jar. I mean, Val obviously has no idea what he's doing. He's got a full-size dagger.
But he's determined. He's determined. He's like, so Val will be looking at the lock and trying to get it to open and see that he's getting nowhere. So he'll like look at the hinges on the back to see if it's something that he can bust up open from the back. He'll be looking for any weak points, and he's determined to get this open.
Okay.
Rasmus is just kind of like looking down as he's leaning against the windowsill. And just he watches as the first little bit goes by, as he just sees it not going anywhere. And he just kind of... I bet if we wait for our spy to wake up, he might even open it for us to let us see what is inside.
You see Val sitting there, kind of like straddling, like sitting on the floor, one leg around either side of this thing, like tongue out the side of his mouth, like just super hard concentrating, like chewing on his tongue. His nose is kind of crinkled up, and he's like staring at the thing. And he,
Wait, do that again, please.
No, he like stops and composes himself, and kind of straightens and looks up at Rasmus, and he may open it for us, but if I see something I like, it's not like I can take it then. And he'll go back and just...
I would rather you not take anything from the man that's just been saved from being tortured. He needs all the help he can get.
At this, Val will kind of deflate, look down, look up, stand up, put his tools away, and go shuffle off to like go find a corner to slouch over and maybe get some sleep in.
Okay. And with that, Pouty Val and Nauseous Rasmus go their separate ways, each in moments, slumping. Rasmus, you do about...
Now I can't unhear it. Nauseous Rasmus.
Thank you for the sub, Chuck. Oh, thank you for the gift sub, Rob. You do about 20 minutes later. You look out the window because you do hear some commotion down below, and as you peer down through the window, you can see those priests, those robed figures, and they're moving about kind of slowly, and they're questioning people as they move through. And you see one orc seems to be talking to them, and he points down the road opposite where the house is, and they hand him a coin, and they all turn and they start going that direction. The rest of the evening goes uneventfully, and with that, we will move to our one and only break tonight. Before we go to break, I want to say thank you to all the Mad Chatters. Thank you for all the support tonight. It's been fantastic, and you guys have really, really been great. The role play's been fine. I love it. And so tonight we have two giveaways. We have the Terrain Crate Mantic Games set, and then we have the Book of Taverns. We're giving the Book of Taverns away first, so type !Tavern, and we'll do that shortly after the break. Before we go to break, we do have one question for you here at Blue Box. If you're watching tonight and you haven't followed, if you're a follower who hasn't subbed, if you're a sub whose sub has expired, or I'm going to add this tonight, if you're not in our Discord, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub, jump in our Discord, join with us during the week. It's a fun place to be. It's a community, but it's also a place of great D&D chat, campaign catch-ups, all that good stuff. And Blue Box, type !Tavern in the chat, and Blue Box will be right back.
Tavern.
Maybe, or maybe not.
Exclamation.
We'll leave the mics hot, as we always do. Thank you so for the sub, woman.
Woman.
Thank you so much.
Wait, so John,
Yes.
what's your mom's handle?
I don't know, because I've been looking for her.
And how do you
She
know
ghosted
she's
you.
Because she texted me.
Oh.
She's like, hey, I saw that
Yeah,
you guys
she's
were live, and so
watching.
I signed
Yeah.
on.
Aw, that's funny.
So, Mom, if you can hear this, please
Love you.
message in the chat.
It's the same way she used to tell Josh she was coming to his games when he was a kid.
Oh, I was a chubby kid. You think I played sports?
That's parental entertainment there.
Heck yeah.
All right, we'll just take a couple minutes here. We'll be back short. Sorry, Ben, was that too much? If his mom is listening, she's mad at me now. I'm sorry.
It's
We love
hard to
Josh.
make her
She's a
mad.
good boy.
Hello, Mrs. Josh.
She's the one I get my humor from.
Yeah, I know. I saw that text. That was pretty
What's
funny.
your mother's name?
Eileen.
Eileen.
It's
What a
because she
lovely
lost
name.
a leg in Iraq.
Oh,
And now
dude,
she-
that was no. That was not good, Josh. That was not good.
Josh, I was gonna make a lean
Eileen,
joke too.
I hope
Yeah,
that
I was trying to
Yeah, just beat it to the punch, right?
send it in. Anyways, I'm here for the adventure. Maybe
Is her name really
maybe
Eileen?
Woo Man is my mom.
Blue Box will be right back.
Where's? Sure, I'll be at your game. Just sends me a smoke signal. Cowsick. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Where the heck? I'll try to speak up. Pinned.
Yeah,
Right?
nothing. Ignore that.
Why?
No, I'm daddy. Okay.
Hi, Daddy.
That's definitely your mom, huh?
Yep, that's definitely my mom. My mom would say that. Well played. Woo.
Hi, Josh's
Man.
mom.
Hi, Mom. Oh, man.
I wish my mom watched my stream.
I wish your mom had a stream.
No, you don't. You don't.
Next
Most people
on Blue
don't.
Box, we uncover all of our mommy issues.
Dude, wouldn't it be funny if we all had our moms play as our play in our
Yo,
place?
honestly, I would love
My
that.
mom would dominate.
I don't know, man. My my mom's nice, but she's also like doesn't take no shit. Like very.
Oh no,
headstrong.
see, there's the thing. My mom's not nice, so she would just be like,
Shit.
nope.
My mom would
no.
be that cute, kind woman that's like, okay, can we all get along? Or she would just go quiet because
My
people
mom
are
would, like,
fighting.
Mom would
my
like
mom
flip
wants
the
to be
table and
soft.
tell everyone to shut up and stop their bitching or bickering and.
Mute. Your mom's
Guys,
the
you
one
see
like,
where
okay,
I
we're
get
gonna
it
put her on
from?
timeout.
Okay,
That'd be really funny.
Woo Man, who are you?
Yeah, who is that?
Big
Like, I'm
rabbit.
trying to figure.
I'm really trying to like, cause I'm not sure if there's someone from the LARP that I was just at, because one of the NPCs I played, his nickname was Big Bad.
Okay, I was sick. I'm so sorry.
Oh man. Woman, make yourself known, please.
I'm
For research.
Woo! Man. Also, I think I need to stop my 3D printer because it's probably not printing correctly.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Gosh, Josh, get it together.
Finally, he's gone.
It's just you and me, baby.
Now we can talk about the most important thing I think that has ever been talked about on the face of the earth. Is
Rowan and Val's secret love.
you know, I was gonna say something about Hatsune Miku, but that's good too. So we're talking about anime.
Yeah, you would have lost me. If you want to talk about Harry Potter, though, we can talk about Harry Potter. I can do that. No, that's a Vivi thing. Got it.
Oh no, wait, that's Game of Thrones.
Oh, God. You're
Okay.
killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
This is as loud as I can get, unless I put on the other headset,
Ooh,
and
are
I
you in
kind of
Howl
I don't
again?
want
I
to.
lived for that Howl.
How? Maybe not today. I heard my father-in-law as he came in today. He did not sound happy, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do anything to make him upset. Okay, fine. I'm changing the headset.
Fuck. I could say it now because John's not here to say no. Amanda, please do not tell John that I said fuck. Please.
We all just private message John separately.
Everyone. Everyone. All 64 people. Fucking.
Ooh, man, I am on your side. Let's do it.
Harry Potter or
I'm all for it. Rory bought me the Harry Potter Lego game a while ago, and that was definitely our date night thing for a while. Was just
Dude,
playing Harry
that's
Potter
a good
Legos
one.
because I don't know. Vivi and I are probably like right there with each other. She's at Universal right now, and I'm sobbing because I'm not. So it's fine. You're
Harry
Ravenclaw.
Potter world
I'm definitely a
is pretty
Slytherin.
cool. You would be a Slytherin.
What is that supposed to mean? I mean, you're right, but hey.
I get the vibes. I catch them.
You get nothing. You lose. Rude.
What am I?
You're a
Probably.
Hufflepuff.
You think I'm a Hufflepuff? I can't find shit. The fuck? You mean like that guy that died? In that one fucking thing, Edward Cullen? He died.
Buddy, you're killing me.
Cedric Diggory?
Thank you for using the
More
proper
like
vernacular.
Cedric dig him a hole because he's dead.
Okay, I'm done with you. We love Cedric, okay? Now get out.
I don't know.
Next
He's
time
kind of an
Rowan's
asshole.
in trouble, Val's just gonna be like, oh, this is for Cedric.
And Rowan's gonna be like, who the fuck is Cedric? Who even is that?
Woman's favorite word is woo. That was dark.
Listen, I gotta say, my favorite character for sure is Bellatrix. Bellatrix Lestrange is a 10 out of 10. She's crazy as hell. Who don't like that good shit?
Can you see the woofers?
I can't. I can see an open field and a beautiful mountain.
The house hippo just came in and decided that this was the room she needed to be in.
I love house hippos. They're pretty
I will
cool
put
looking.
pictures in the Discord. Yeah, it's great until she bites me when I'm not giving her attention. Because
Aw.
she's a wonderful house hippo.
Because she just want attention.
Or she tries to climb on my lap at the end of the stream because she's like, Mom, it's been long enough. Give me attention.
It's that time, Mom. Let's go. By the way, do I sound better on the mic for everybody? Because I know everyone was
Yes.
freaking complaining.
Hey now.
Hey now, this is what dreams are made of.
Yes.
Who knew you knew that song, Rory? It's a good song.
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
What is that about? Rainbows chasing dreams and waterfalls.
Don't go
Yeah,
chasing
yeah.
dreams.
No,
Something.
No. You almost had it. Don't go chasing.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing those dreams like you used to.
How did
fall.
we go from Hilary Duff to this? John, I'm gonna need you to put that in the fancy glass, please.
What's that?
My dreams.
Did we do what? Oh, send you the.
Put that in a fancy glass.
We're not live yet. On video.
I don't know.
We can see it, so how do we know that it's not?
It's definitely a name brand Pepsi. I see. No, I'm just kidding.
It was not.
It's definitely an Apple iPhone. I'm not good at this. Blackmail's not my thing.
What is going on with my chat here? Let me refresh it. There we go. It's weird. All right, so we're just waiting on Josh. Let's go ahead and let's see. Mystical Unicorn will try to speak up when doing the voice. Did I miss something?
No.
Oh, I pinned it somehow.
No.
There we go.
I forget that I'm signed in on your thing. So then I messaged Amanda, like, hey, Amanda, how is my voice doing? Because, there was some tech issue with my mic. And I'm like, oh, dang it. And then I
All
tried
right.
to delete it and I pinned it.
Let's come on back. Here we go.
And Val's blurry.
All right, welcome. We're back here at Blue Box, and we'll be resuming the role play here in just a second. But we will do our giveaway here in just a few minutes, the first of 2 giveaways that we have. And this will be for the Book of Taverns. I mentioned at the beginning, the Book of Taverns is an incredible resource for any DM. It's also just fun to read, and it's got maps and NPCs and backstories, locations within cities, basements, and all kinds of just fun stuff inside the Book of Taverns. So we'll give that away in just a moment. Also, a reminder, coming up this weekend, do not miss Virtual Greyhawk Con. Virtual Greyhawk Con will be an action-packed weekend starting on Friday, full of great games, DMing, and incredible storytelling. So make sure you check out Virtual Greyhawk Con. You can find that on tabletop events, all the shows. You can get your badges and join us for that fantastic weekend. All right, players, we are back, and let me kill this music. And all right, as we resume, we're going to come back to the rest of you in a moment. Anaho, I'm going to have you make a search check, please, and I'll have you make a search check on each of the 3 floors of the home.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. What is a search check? What skill am I using?
Search.
You should have search on your character sheet. Let me see here.
That is-
Gosh.
I mean,
That's not
it's
It's not a skill.
I think it's a spot check.
spot. You want to see? Hold on here. Let me see. Well, I always get this mixed up on these sheets. There is in 3.5 Pathfinder 1 doesn't have it, or 1 does not. Yes.
Sense motive on the hat.
No, I don't like just doing perception on this.
Investigation?
That doesn't exist in this.
No, it does. Yeah, all right, let's just do perception then. Yep.
Okay.
I'm sure there was a
I will roll with that. Okay, so the first one. Here we go.
Knowledge
First one,
engineering.
I have a 15.
All right. You search the remainder of the 3rd floor. You find various personal items. You find he is an avid reader. To think that he moves these books around from different locations that he lives inside the city is rather odd. You do find, though, that in several places, he's stashed away documents, things which relate to previous investigations that he's made, reports that he files, missives which have come back and forth from Neural, from Count Dunstan, and communiques. You find quite a few of these on the 3rd floor, many of them just sort of secreted away in different locations. 2nd floor, go ahead and roll again.
Okay. What floor was it that we found the book on? Was it?
That was on this floor, on the 3rd floor. Yeah, where you're at now.
Okay.
Or, yeah, in his rooms here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Second roll, I got a 19.
A 19. Okay. On the 2nd floor, you see it's a kitchen larder. There's a pantry area. There's a small room for dining. And as you're searching through it, you do see the silverware looks pretty valuable. Surprising to have this in Spine Castle, but he does. That seems to be the most valuable item that you find here on the 2nd floor.
Okay. The documents, I'll take those, but I'm gonna leave the silverware.
Okay. And down to the 1st floor.
And because why not? I will use my 2+1s.
Okay.
Yeah. It's worth it.
It gives me a 21.
A 21. Okay. On the 1st floor, you see this is sort of an entry area. There are some couches. You remember coming here through here the first time. A table for greeting. Some small storage areas. But as you're searching around, you do note there's a floorboard that seems to be loose about 10 feet in front of the door. And I'm presuming you pry it up.
Yeah.
As you pry it up, you see it's actually 2 loose floorboards. And inside is a loaded crossbow with a single bolt kind of pointed toward the door. It's clear this is some sort of a last-minute emergency defense thing that he has set aside here.
Not like a trap, just it's in there.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's stashed away in there.
Well, I sure am missing my crossbow at the bottom of that nasty, scary Doric well. So I'll go ahead and take the crossbow.
Okay. All right, you snag the crossbow. You pull it out. Again, it has one bolt that's loaded in it. And then beside that, again, I mean, you could find anything that you want to find in here in terms of just basic home furnishings and tableware, glasses, food. You want to gather I mean, there's, you know, it's a house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once I find those items, I'll feel content that I've done my diligence searching this place. And he said that the oil is at the top on the roof.
Uh-huh.
So I presume that there's an easy way to get there. If I could do that just very quietly, very silently in the shadows, get there just to keep a lookout and be ready if need be.
Yeah, you find you saw this before. There's a small stairway that leads up, and there's a thin ladder that goes up from the topmost stairway on the outside. And in moments, you're out up on top of the roof. You go ahead and make a dex check. This is not difficult, just, you know.
Okay. And on my way up, I'll let whoever, Rizzy or whoever, know that that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Got a 1.
Right. Well, that's good. It's a dex check, right? So you're trying to
Oh,
roll
that's
under.
a good thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I got a 1 on that.
Yeah, that wasn't a reflex. That wasn't a saving throw. That was a roll underneath your ability. So, yeah, you nimbly climb up, and in fact, you do find there's a vat of oil sitting up on top of the roof, and there's an unlit torch right next to it.
Perfect. I'll just post up there, keep a watch out, and eventually get a little bit of sleep.
All right. Then you come back downstairs. When you come back downstairs, you see everyone else is asleep except for Rizia. She was seated at the desk by the door. Her head snaps up. Looks like she was about to doze off. You walk past her. You see Rowan sleeping in the bed. And then you do see also Valfino has fallen asleep against a chest, just kind of leaning like this, one dagger kind of limply held in a hand still stuck in the lock. And with that, we go to bed, and you wake up the next morning without incident. And so in the morning, light comes through the windowsill. You hear the sounds of the day and the town coming through the window. And Hobart has stirred.
What sort of healing do we get from this rest?
So those who are in a bed, which would be Rowan and Hobart, you each get +3. The rest of you get +2.
Okay. There we go.
Nice.
Hey, and
Yay!
we're back, folks. Okay. With the
It is morning. A nice, chill breeze comes in. You still smell the stench of Spine Castle. It's unavoidable, even on the clearest morning. Chamber pots and orc droppings, awful OFFAL. Horse dung, knoll urine, all of it, replete throughout the town of Spine Castle. But at least here inside, the last embers of the fire burn, and Hobart stirs, takes his weak form and moves to the edge of his bed. I must thank you. I thought surely I would die in that place.
Who's he talking to?
All of you. All of you. He's not looking. He's talking to the whole group.
As Rowan's like getting up, I feel like Rowan's probably already gotten up. Is there like food and stuff already out? Like,
Rasmus is
for the most
sitting at the
part.
table with a pitcher of wine, having just poured himself a goblet, and then we'll push it over towards you, Rowan, as he'll
Oh,
pour
yeah.
you a goblet and just
Rowan-
drink.
Rowan will take the goblet and she's gonna motion over to Hobart's leg, and she says, "I hope you weren't expecting to work normal after all that." And she takes like a giant gulp of wine.
He looks at you and gives you a bit of a wry look and says, "I wasn't even expecting to be alive. I'll take a stiffened leg. I can still do my work."
What is that work exactly? Why did they take you?
They thought I knew the location of the key. And I still seek it. They seek it. Whoever finds it first has great power.
What is the key? That is a phrase that we've been hearing quite often.
It's not really properly a key. It's a key in the sense that a metallic key opens a lock, a door. The key to Spine Castle, the key of Spine Castle, it's a gem, and it opens a door to the beyond.
Beyond what? This room, this plane, this existence?
Beyond this mortal plane.
I'm going to assume it's to that of the plane of the ethereal, or that of the dead.
This is what is suspected, yes. This is why they seek it. He kind of hobbles over, thunk, thunk, his stiff leg. He gets close. He pours himself a long, tall glass of wine and quaffs it back. You came at the behest of Count Dunstan.
Yes.
Sure.
Did he?
Yeah, he said that you were in danger.
Did he promise you anything? Was there a fee for your hire?
In a sense, I suppose. There was a debt that needed to be paid.
I see. Well, make yourselves at home. I have a bit of work to do. And he hobbles past you, kind of leans on the chairs as he does. You see his broken, gnarled fingers. He pulls it away, and he tries to make his way over to his desk.
And I'll actually follow him and offer my assistance. And purposely trying to learn or figure out what he's doing. I know I stashed some other documents, so I will very... word slips me, but I'll be helpful to him.
Okay.
As he says, make yourself at home, Val will move off of where he was kind of like nuzzling up with the chest because he heard everyone get up and then he like kind of groaned a little bit and snuzzled the chest a little bit more. At the make yourself at home, Val will kind of make his way over to the bed and pull the covers over him and kind of like burrow down in. Val's not a morning person. Val's like, whatever, we're cool, we're good. I'm getting some more sleep because I'm over this.
Why do I feel like this is less role play and more sort of, working out your own issues?
I am definitely a morning person. John. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Rory, I need you to stay quiet.
All right, fair enough. All right, so Anaho is over there. He's kind of circumspectly watching what the spy is doing. Rowan, Rasmus, you're having your drinks?
Yeah, and I guess speaking with this gentleman, I just haven't really thought of anything else really asking. Considering that, for the most part, I'm mostly here because me and Rizia had a deal if he helped me. So whatever it is that you beef you have betwixt one another has little if nothing to do with me. As she, at this point, she's probably poured her, this is probably her third drink of wine. She holds liquor very well. She's a drunk. So it's very noticeable that she's probably on her third bit of wine.
Should I make the same assertion toward you I just did toward Becca?
That's what he's saying.
All right. So Rasmus, she says this to you.
She'll like hold her hand up to show the glaive as well. Remember what we're all actually here for.
The glaive or the glyph?
The glyph, sorry, my bad.
I was like, if you pulled a glaive out of nowhere, he's like, yo, bro, I just woke up. Rasmus will nod and look over towards Holbear, wherever he went off to. Got himself
He's just right behind you at his desk, his writing desk. You're all come with that overhead view you can see. So he's here, just seated at his desk in front of a journal. Seems to be writing furiously.
And we need to get you back as soon as possible. That is our job.
Oh no, I can't possibly return. I still have work to do.
And how are you going to protect yourself in this state?
I'll just have
the messed up fingers. You are no use to Count Dunstan in this position. If you are able to be returned, you'll at least survive and be able to come back at another time. Plus, you've already been found out.
Well, perhaps we should speak with the Count himself.
And I think one of us got another one of those wands from Count Dunstan, or he said that the spy, Holbear, had another one of these wands to be able to bamf us all back to him.
He says, so what do you ask him a question?
No, Josh is trying to remember.
Yeah. So he looks at you, he says, I have a way we can communicate with him. One moment. And he reaches in and he does pull out a small rod. And he says, everyone, please stand around. And please be quiet. I must concentrate.
What is, John, just for our knowledge, what does his rod look like?
It's like a slender gray rod, sharpened to a tip. All right, stop it, Josh. Stop it, Josh.
I just wanted to make sure.
There you go again.
Very cool.
Is Valfino still tucked in the bed, covers over his head?
Yeah. Yeah, Val's like out unless he hears some big commotion happening, unless like someone comes and wakes him up. Val's just out for the count. He trusts his team to let him know what's going on later on if need be.
Rowan would is upon seeing Val, if everyone started like gather around my rod, we're like, this bloke's rod. You're gonna have to see this for yourself. It's like long grey, shift up to a point. Look at it. He, like pulls the covers off of his
Val will
face.
make a comment of not needing to see another man's rod.
Oh, but this one's special.
There's something significant and.
Hobart seems to take. Hobart takes no note of this nonsense, and as he concentrates, you see his rod begins to glow, and as it does so, you sense a feeling of arcane energy. Everything in the room grows just a bit darker, like the light is being pulled from the ambient area, and he concentrates a bit more, and you start to see a figure emerging almost as if in mist. And as he completes what looks like not necessarily a physical manifestation, but a visual of an illusory version of Count Dunstan, you smell the scent of lilac in the air, and you see the visage of the same man that you knew from Neural. And by the way, those of you who are watching tonight, this is the Count Dunstan from Dragon Mag 148. And before we continue on with what's happening here, we're going to go ahead and do our Book of Taverns giveaway, which I promised. So I'll give you 10 more seconds to type !Tavern in the chat, !Tavern, and in 10 seconds we're going to do our giveaway as Count Dunstan begins to form. You see he's actually got his back to you, and then he looks over his shoulder as though realizing something's there, and you see him turn. It's a very strange sensation. You know you're looking at a man who is 100 miles away, and yet he is appearing right here inside the room. All right, and we're going to do the giveaway. It'll be a one-shot, so whoever comes up, you have won it. The Book of Tavern. Yeah, Jeff, you got in just under the wire. The Book of Tavern is given to... Oh my gosh, no way! I just said his name, Jeff. You were the last one in, and that's not how this. It's a Nightbot. Here. I'll show you guys. I'll cover. It's this guy. It's automated. It all happens through the system. Wow, that is hilarious. All right, so Jeff, you are the winner of the Book of Taverns. Now I'm going to put the next keyword in for our other giveaway tonight, which is going to be. All right, this guy here. All right, so this is the Mantic Games Terrain Crate piece, and it's Servant's Quarters. So it's !servant in the chat. !servant in the chat, and you can get this Servant Quarters kit. It's complete with all the furniture. There's a lamp, there's beds, there's couches, there's bookshelves, credenzas, there's an armoire, all of that here, part of this Mantic Games Terrain Crate set, and that will be our giveaway here in just a little bit. In moments, Count Dunstan appears, and there is a steady sort of droning sound that you hear in the background as he hovers just about a foot off the ground. He looks around, and his eyes light upon Hobart. Ah, my friend Hobart, it is good you are well. Well would be a bit of an exaggeration. And he holds up his bent and broken fingers, and you see Dunstan's countenance falls a bit. He looks at the rest of the party. You have done well to find him. Where was he?
He was in the basement of the Temple of Exeter. They've been taken by the Black Moon Knolls. He, as well as he'll look off. My condolences with Sir Lane. He's dead.
What? No. How will I tell Elena? That's my daughter's husband. How did he die?
I am assuming by that of the Black Moon Knolls, but having made it all the way to the basement of the Temple of Hextor, it was probably by their hands as well.
What did they have him there for?
Let's so kind of look over to Hobart.
I'm sorry, Count. He was partially devoured. I heard them over talking when I was lapsing between conscious and unconscious states. They intended to resurrect him as a wight, a spirit of evil to be used against us in mockery. It is nothing short of providence that you sent these brave souls to aid us, for surely profane things would have been done. There's just kind of a silence. Dunstan looks around. I owe you a great debt. But I have something more to ask of you. Would you stay? Would you help us find this key? Would you help us defeat these forces?
How many days do I have on my hand?
You're guessing you have you're more than halfway down. So you've got, 2 weeks maybe at best.
And she'll look over at Rizia. Does Rizia, upon hearing this, does it look like she's a fan also? Does she look at her hand as well?
No, Rizia, she knows her hand quite well. She just folds her arms, and you see that lower jaw kind of juts out, the tusks becoming more prominent.
Mm-hmm. I'm not entirely sure. Some of us have the time for that. And she'll kind of make eye contact with Rasmus.
But this is a matter of the greatest importance. If they were able to find the key to Spine Castle and raise an army of undead, can you imagine? The fate of many, more than just one or two, would be at stake. I would...
Count Dunstan. We will not be able to complete that mission if 2 of our number die. It will be worthless to us to go in there blind, and then as such dead. Unless you are able to work the same miracle and power that you were able to work before, to give both of my compatriots such assistance. Otherwise, we have repaid the debt of that of the smelly one.
He sighs. I used an item I have had in my possession for some time. It was the most powerful item I had. To overcome, to even influence the power of Drax the Invulnerable took more than any mortal should be able to do. I cannot do this again, but surely you have time. And I don't mean to be callous, but even if you have a matter of days or a few weeks, if you perish in the attempt, think how many you will have saved.
At this, Val
This is
will
laughable.
kind of take a step forward, and that sounds like a you problem. We have our own thing that we need.
His shoulders slump. He looks around the room again. None of you. I would reward you handsomely, any that would stay. To aid us.
It is not a matter of us not wanting to aid you, Count. It is not a matter of us not understanding the importance of what it is you speak of. I think we all agree. The uprising of this evil would be bad. But as my comrade here, Rasmus, has stated, you say days or weeks, and my guess from what Rowan has told us is she has less than weeks left before Drax kills her. And not much more for this one over here, Rizio. It is unfortunate, but unless you can expedite our path or in some way quicken our journey, we do not have time to spare, as important as this is.
I have done all I can do to quicken your way.
Understandable, and we appreciate that.
He, you see, kind of clenches a fist, and his muscles of his jaw, even in this sort of illusory visage, you can see them clench and unclench. Then tell me, was there anything that you saw inside the temple or beneath the temple, wherever you were, that could be some clue, some aid to us in our search?
Other than that otherworldly being that was floating above us at that one point.
I don't understand.
You're talking about in the well, Rowan.
No, but also that.
Well, I do not know what Rowan speaks of. There was a very, very, very large undead thing in a well that apparently a magical chain would throw people into, like a sacrifice. Or there's a cage at the bottom too, so maybe people were lowered in there. There's also like a golem that would spin, chop people up that were sacrificed from the top floor. But what is it you speak of, Rowan?
The cultists?
The
That or
mage.
whatever it was that he had fought.
Oh,
The
that
thing that I
guy
had thrown my sword at, and
with the iron mask.
yes, that one.
Oh, who was this? You hear Hobart speak up. Sir, that was the one that we had heard of. It was Onyx. Onyx was among them. He was seeking to perform the rite upon Sir Elaine. And he was trying to torture information from me about the location of the key, but sir, I gave him nothing. I swear I gave him nothing. Dunstan looks at him. I know you didn't. That has never been your nature, Hobart. That is why I've trusted you all this time. But I don't think anything that they have told me will gain us much. I don't see any advantage in what they have told us, and some of it doesn't make sense.
Rasmus. Yeah. Rasmus will. I think I may have found something that could help. I'm currently not sure what it is, as I've been exhausted and we've been running for our lives. But do you have any contacts, anyone that is in the region of, and Josh cannot remember it, but the region that we are headed to try and intercept Spider, to try and get that bone?
Yeah, up in Raker Mountains, the Raker Mountains, you're told that there is a tower up in the highest parts of the mountains.
Do you have anyone in that direction?
No, those mountains are desolate. They're difficult to travel. There is no mercantile route. Only the barbarians of the north, you hear Rizia kind of grunt, dare even travel those lands. Why?
There was a possibility of you helping us, but it has such been squashed. That is where we are headed and must get there forthwith. But, as he will speak, he will reach into his pack. I found this, as he'll hold up the heavy silver chain that he found in the chest that pretty much tried to F him up. I'm not sure if this means anything to you. There's no symbols on it.
He shakes his head.
It is magical of some kind.
That is of no aid to me. No doubt some bauble of the priests. All right, Hobart. Take the time you need. Gather the remaining information you have. We will be calling you home in a matter of days. Stay out of sight. Keep low cover. Were you able to bring the remains home of Sir Elaine?
Oh yeah, we definitely did that. He's over there. She'll like motion over to where she really did just kind of like slump him down. He's probably like face first, kind of.
He looks over at it and he kind of shies his head away. He can see even from this distance that an arm has been ripped off. It's clear that he's partially eaten, but he does see the shield as well. And then he notes, he points over to the bed. You've lost one of yours as well, I take it. And he points to where Valfino's underneath the covers.
Yeah, quite unfortunate actually.
He is asleep.
I thought Val had gotten up and come over. Like,
Oh, I didn't hear that part, did he? Well, what I was doing was much more fun.
Rasmus takes Val back in the bed, covers the sheets.
Yeah, we
fine.
lost
Val's
him.
still
He's dead.
snoring away.
All right, Val's awake. Sorry that he doesn't say that. I thought Val was still asleep over there. And then, if you have done this great service to us, and you have rescued my daughter's husband, what remains of him, you shall be rewarded. And he looks over at Hobart. Give them 1,000 gold. Hobart nods. And he makes his way over to the chest, the very same one that was getting a lot of attention last night. He looks at the lock a moment. Oops. And falls to the floor. He looks at the lock a moment, and then he kind of peers back over his shoulder, and he looks over at the party. Something seems to have been amiss with my lock.
When we first came here, there was plenty of. When we first came here, there was goblins and other things here.
Val would have like turned around, scratched his head, and started whistling and walking off in the opposite direction. Like, oh, interesting.
All right. So he opens up the chest, and as he opens up the chest, the lid pops up, and he looks inside, and you see he's rummaging around. He pulls out a hefty leather sack tied with a black piece of twine at the top. He puts it on the ground. It's a good, that's a lot of gold. Puts it down, closes the lid, puts the lock back on. I'm afraid I can't carry this. Go ahead, Rasmus.
Rowan, I was gonna. Oh no, you go ahead, Rasmus. You raise your hand.
It might have been the same thing, but like I would have liked to have seen what was inside.
Yeah.
When he opened up and was moving stuff around.
So did you walk over and try to peer over his shoulder?
I don't
in
even
there?
need to.
I was gonna say that Rowan was probably gonna. Oh, I'll help.
Okay, all right. So how are you doing it, Rasmus?
So Rasmus, through a mix of being able to just have blind sight out to 10 feet, being able to feel the space around him and different objects in that space, a mix between that and then also the sift that he's able to do as Orison. He's just going to sift in that area just to try and feel what items are in there.
Okay, yeah, I will allow that. So as you concentrate a moment, you notice Valfino has a little sweat, a patina of sweat breaking out on his forehead as he's going through the chest. Rowan is kind of like surreptitiously trying to get an angle over here from the side. Dunstan is watching all of this. And then Anaho, the one thief among you, appears to be doing nothing.
These fools.
Your sense moves across several sacks. You count 7 more sacks of similar size. Now, does the hand just run across, or does it cup the sacks?
It kind of like it jiggle, not folds.
Yeah, a little wiggle in it, I think.
6'2". All right, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so you. And then you also sense there are some documents and perhaps some gems in the bottom of this chest.
He's not doing anything with that. He just.
Okay. You where you're at, Rowan, you kind of catch something glinting inside the chest just as the lid slams down.
Oh, my heart. It's okay. She's holding the big bag of money and she's helping him. Like, oh, I can carry that for you. She's like full, like cupping and feeling this bag of money up. She's like, oh, that feels good underneath the leather.
All right, you have a large bag of coin. The leather is straining even as you pick it up. Do you carry it all yourself, or are you going to? A little alliteration goes a long way. That's right, Dabba Raccoon.
I carry that full, heavy sack, two-handed, all the way over to the table.
200 for each. Whoever wishes to count it out.
Don't mind if I do. I may not be able to read, but I can count money.
Val offers to double count just to make sure it's accurate.
Rizia looks over.
Val knows that Rowan can't read. Gotta help that girl.
Val's like, I got you, boo boo. I got you.
Rizia looks over.
For you.
I don't care about your
You
coin.
two for me.
I don't care about the coin. You take it.
What? Now that who are you and what have you done with Rizia?
Yeah, what have you done with Rizia?
This is what happens to you when you miss a game. This is.
Who is that, a mimic?
Yeah, we all turn on Rizia. We
Get
pull
her!
our blades.
All right. So you each take 200 coin, and Hobart he gives you another word of thanks. I would still be there. I don't know how much longer I could have held out. Even if you can't aid us as Count Dunstan has asked, you have aided us more than anyone could have expected. Dunstan looks across, his form growing more wispy. My time runs low. If you reconsider, and I beg you to, think of those by the thousands, not the tens, not the hundreds, by the thousands that will perish. But the choice is yours. I cannot compel you. What may I call you? Do you have a name?
quick group huddle because I know that name has kind of been our name, guys, like the Dead or Death Juice, the Damned,
It-
Sexy
I like
Power
Death Juice.
Rangers.
It was the dead.
Well, we have our group chat titled as Death Juice, so maybe that's what we should go with.
We are known as the Dead.
Well, that's macabre.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3,
There
4.
has been plenty
5,
of us
6.
that
No, wait. Is there 5 of us?
Yes.
Okay,
there is now.
That's definitely
There's
5.
been a total of 13 of us over time. Needless to say, we die often or
Lots.
leave.
Well, if they do.
That was-
Yeah.
I haven't known death even the one time.
Let's stick with
6,
us.
7, 8, 9.
As he's like fading.
Val will be just over her shoulder, like, no, that was 6, not 7.
Getting one extra.
Like,
1, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you, Val.
I'll just like pat on the
Rasmus
head.
will put his hand to his chest and will bow to Count Dunstan.
Even as you
It's
do
been a
so,
pleasure.
he gives a nod of the head as well. Thank you for what you have done, and please, I beg you, reconsider. And in moments, he's gone.
Ubar, if we reconsider, perhaps in a day or a week, or a month, whatever it might be, hopefully this world is not ended in a month. How do we connect with you? How do we contact you? None of us here, maybe Rasmus, I really don't know, he does weird stuff. How do we
As of
connect
right
with you?
now.
How did you find my home to begin with?
The Count gave
No.
us a bit of clues. We had the map that we had.
No, the Count did not know where I was staying.
Greyhawk.
Well, yeah, we went to the tavern, right? Yeah.
Grelbrick. I will be keeping missives with him. If you do return, and if it's not too late, seek Grelbrick again.
Anaho and Rizia would, or mainly Anaho would recognize the look on Rasmus's face is very similar to the one that he had when the woman, technically she was under the spider spell or whatever, but the same look he had when they had to decline helping the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just kind of look sidelong at Anaho and just nod. If we can, we will.
Okay. All right. Then, with that, Hobart moves back over to his desk. He gives you one last glance over his shoulder and mutters another word of thanks. Tells you, you may take whatever you wish from the larder. Just please leave my books and my documentation alone. It's needed for my efforts. But any food, it's yours.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk up to him and be like, you should probably know, in case you tried to grab it and it's not there. I actually have your crossbow that I found under the floor. Is it fine that I take this? I lost my...
You must be keen in perspective, to be sure. That was well hidden.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty well hidden. You did a very, very good job. It took me a little bit to find, but I found it. But you did a good job with that.
Now you're patronizing me.
No, I'm not. You even
God.
put a poison on a book, and I almost got pretty messed up by that. Rizzy almost got messed up by that poison. That was very...
Yes, I did do that. That was clever, wasn't it?
No patronization. That's
Oh my
the-
god, I love it.
That's poison. I know what that is. That's no small stuff. In fact, if you got more, I'll give you some gold for it.
I just love this little man and this talking to this big tall guy. Listen, I'm not trying to patronize you and say you're doing a bad job.
He says, that was my father's crossbow. Can you even handle such a weapon?
Oh, quite well, quite well. But if you would like it back, you can have it back. I do have a couple daggers.
What's a dagger?
I can show you if you want, but now I think you're patronizing me.
He looks at you, he says, sorry, I gotta get my roleplay face back on here. I owe you my life. What manner of ungrateful cretin would I be? Of course you may have it. If I may have your name.
I have to think for a moment on that one. Again, I've definitely seen some things with the drow, and giving up a name is not always the favored thing to do. And after a moment, yes, I suppose that would only be fitting, whether you use it for, well, whatever you use it for. My name is Anaho.
Anaho. You see his eyebrows raise. He gives you another look. What's visible on your person? Is your dagger visible?
Which one?
The dagger.
Well, if you mean my original one, Rizia has that, and then I have the Venom one and the...
Okay, Rizia has the original. He looks at you, he says, I've heard your name before.
That is curious.
About 3 weeks ago, there was a man, an elf, a dark elf. He was inquiring of you here. No one had heard of you. We did not know who you were, but your name was spread around the city.
On his garment, and I'll pull out the piece of chalk that I have, and on a table. Did you see this symbol? And I'll draw out the symbol of the house.
Indeed. Is this a friend? He did not seem friendly.
I'll pull off my pack, open it up, pull out the documents, lay down all the documents that I stashed.
All of his documents?
Yeah, all of his documents.
His eyebrows climb higher up his forehead.
This individual is not friendly at all, by any means. To every expectation that you hold of a dark elf, let them be true and resound in your mind.
He said something. I didn't speak with him. He did talk with Grelbeck, and Grelbeck relayed the description, and there were words. He said, if you were seen to tell... it was to tell you that you're running out of time.
I would imagine so.
Well, I have my own matters to attend to, and I have some documents to hide again, it seems.
Yeah, those... Yeah.
Is there anything else I should know?
No, I thought about taking his silverware, but I left that.
During this, Val's just in the back next to that chest again, trying to drag it. Like, he said, take what we want. He's just like trying to drag this.
Jesus, Val, didn't you think I thought of that already? You just taking their things out in front of them?
Much like Anaho was trying to pull you along.
What we want.
Much like Anaho was trying to pull you along in the blood golem pit, now it's Valfino. You've got your feet, your arms on the chest, and your feet are going like this like on the ground, trying to push back. This thing weighs thousands and thousands of pounds, and you're just. It won't.
It just looks over.
There is perhaps something I can give to you. Rizia, would you mind handing me that dagger back?
No, here.
And I'll carefully take it because I originally used that to scrape off that poison. And carefully hand it to him, saying, this perhaps will be a little reminder of who that drow was that came. But just be careful, you're poisoned on the blade as well.
He just shakes his. You are quite a remarkable fellow.
I have been told.
If there's nothing else, and nothing else in your pockets. What has it got in its pockets? So, and to be clear, this is the dagger, right?
This is that. Yep, this is his dagger.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so you see Anaho hand this dagger over, and you've all seen this before, but looking closer now at it, you can see it's got the interesting and ornate work along the scabbard and the hilt and a symbol, but you never really noticed the webbing that is intricately inlaid along the blade. And he hands it over.
This is a very well-made and useful dagger.
He handles it. Indeed, the balance is extraordinary. It's a most deadly piece, and but I can't. You've done too much for me already.
Let it be a burden off my shoulders. My time might run out, but like you tried to save thousands, and I'll look back at Rizia. I got the one that I have to save. This is a burden I can do without.
As you say. Then I wish you all Godspeed. Remember, if you change your mind, seek out Gerbeck. I will leave my whereabouts with him.
Oh, he is my donkey too.
Okay.
Gotta get my horse.
Okay.
Don't so weak to my husband. Okay.
Okay.
Before we leave, Razos will kind of pull out his sword and flat side tap, wrap the back of Val's hand as he keeps trying to drag the chest and just puts the sword back.
It's like veins are popping out in his forehead, his neck is bulging, his face is red, tendons are straining on his forearms.
Val, I do not want to heal you again. As he's a pop, and then puts his sword back away.
Val just mutters under his breath of, but you know what we could do with all of this?
Val, we love the ambition, but we can't personally take it with us.
Olbar, you wouldn't happen to have any alchemical fire on you?
He looks at you and, no, I don't deal in such things. Why?
As he will look out the window with possibly the still dark tinge in the sky from the smoke. I used it in the chapel to make a bit of unholy smokes. As he just like smiles a bit, but that is too bad. I'll have to find some else. Or do you know where we could pick up a few horses? Because John, we're closer to the mountains now.
Yeah. So in fact, let me bring the map up here for you. So.
Finally, some horses.
Rasmus, I
Yeah.
have a horse.
That's what I'm here
already.
for.
So a reminder for all of you, and also to help those that have joined us since the campaign began. This incredible group of intrepid adventurers began in Relastra, the port city here on the eastern coast of the Flyness. This is where they faced and received the curse of Drax the Invulnerable, essentially a glyph which has commanded them to carry out this task that he has. They journeyed a horse and a foot all the way up through the Gulf Cliffs and made their way up until they met Yaj Tox. Yaj Tox assisted them and provided them a means to transport quickly north to the city of Nurl, where they met aforementioned Count Dunstan. Count Dunstan offered a trade, paying off the debt of one Yaj Tox, who had apparently taken liberties with Count Nurl's wife. In exchange for this, they had to go and rescue the spy that was in Spine Castle. So here is Spine Castle. So this, if you look here, just take a look at the distance that you've traveled from here all the way up to here, across the Flyness, including the transport that came from Dunstan. So you here in Spine Castle, you are right in the foothills of these, the Raker Mountains. And there are paths that lead up into these foreboding mountains, and your quarry lays somewhere in these peaks. And so as the party now, having rescued the spy, having turned down the overtures of one Count Dunstan, and perhaps having condemned thousands or tens of thousands to death, having tried to abscond with one chest, having also stolen documents and then given them back, having drunk his wine, having slightly mocked him, and then ultimately having proven to be quite noble, and with a strange missive received by Anaho, from the mouth of one Hobart. Anaho, these strange things that the rest of you hear, he has not shared with you whatever this is, but it is clearly burdensome to him. As you leave, you gather the donkey, you buy some horses. These horses are woeful beasts. Each of you take, if you want a horse, take 5 gold apiece out of your inventory, but they are not even worth the 5 gold that you pay for them. They are swayback, they are malnourished. The humanoid denizens of Spine Castle are not well known for their animal husbandry. And in moments, with the chill wind blowing off the rakers, you can see tufts of snow coming off the peaks as the winds swirl. You begin your journey once again, a horse, heading north and west, where your destiny lies. And with that, we end Greyhawk Awakening, episode 33 and 90
Perfect.
of Book 2. And thank you, bravo, great job, all of our players. You guys were awesome today. Thank you to the Mad Chatters. A lot of support. And so tonight, go ahead and type exclamation point servant, S-E-R-V-A-N-T, exclamation point servant in the chat, and that will get you an opportunity to win this Mantic Games. Thank you very much for joining us, Spec DM. It is the Mantic Games Terrain Crate piece here. And before we do this giveaway, we want to say thank you again for joining us. Reminder, we have virtual Greyhawk Con coming up here in just a few days. Kicks off on Friday, so join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we'll be back with Greyhawk Awakening next Tuesday. We have an LMA tomorrow run by Robert on running a custom homebrew content inside of published adventures. And this is an area that Robert excels in, so you're really going to enjoy that chat tomorrow. Then we'll be back with LMA again, and then Tears of Aird will resume a week from Sunday. And then the week after that, the 16th, we kick off Fall of the Red Dawn. Rory, go ahead and give everybody just a quick teaser on what Fall of the Red Dawn is, while people type exclamation point servant in the chat.
Oh man, I wish I was better at this. It is actually a good spot to be on this map. It's on the west side of these Raker Mountains, where they will pick up in a city called Ogburg.
Yep, I know right where that's at. Let me get up there. Hang on here.
And as they do, there will be, of course, right? There's a bit of a force that's brewing that they'll slowly be more and more entwined with. Down a little bit south. It's
Yeah,
actually on
right.
the east side of the pale.
Yeah, right here. I know it's right here somewhere. Where am I not seeing it? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right next to the Rakers.
Oh, there it is. Yes, right there.
So yeah, they will be right there, right next to the Rakers there. There are definitely a few hooks in there for them to sink their teeth into.
All right, outstanding. So we'll be looking forward to that. And with that said, let's go ahead and let's go around. Each of you are going to tell me why you should be Stream MVP. And actually, since there's 4 of us, we'll do it the same way I did it on Sunday. So I'm going to have this time, I'm going to have Rory. You're going to tell us why Rowan should be Stream MVP. Rowan, you're going to tell us why Anaho should be Stream MVP. And then Josh and Becca, you're going to do the same for one another. So let's start with you. Rory, tell us why Rowan should be Stream MVP.
Rowan should definitely be Stream MVP because she was able to get across safely with the body, very important, although dead, body. She's able to get across and continue forward through pointing at hearing, being aware of the other priest coming, and getting us, saying, hey, we need to get going. Also, even back at the combat with the other priest, is just standing guard over the injured Hobart and the dead body, not jamming up and causing difficulties like we've experienced in caves. And then the role play with the wine and just slumping down and getting sleep after an exhausting adventure.
She
Okay.
deserves it because she took a big old nap. I love that.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to tell you who you will be rolling for, Rowan, and then you're going to tell us why Anaho should be Stream MVP. Rowan will be rolling for, Becca, Mrs. Gimbal. All right, so you are in the giveaway opportunity. And before you tell us why Anaho should be Stream MVP, we should ask our question one more time tonight. If you're watching, and we have many of you in, and you've not followed, if you're a follower who's not subbed, or if you're a sub whose sub has expired, or if you're here and you're not in our Discord, you're missing out a lot of stuff in the Discord. It's fun. We have a chat that goes on all week long. We've got a D20 Fate channel. We got a birthday channel. We've got D&D chat. We have campaign chats for each of these different campaigns. So there's one for Friday Night Crusades. We have FNC on Friday nights. We've got the Tears of Air campaign chat stream. We've got all that stuff inside of our Discord. So if you're not a sub, if you're not following, and you're not in our Discord, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub, join our Discord, and Rowan, tell us why Anaho should be Stream MVP.
Anaho should be Stream MVP because he is so cute. I like the way that he talks to Holbart. Honestly, I think he should be Stream MVP just because he was a riot. I thought he was hilarious tonight. He was quick-witted and just had me rolling the entire night. I thought you were funny as heck, Anaho.
All right, and so Anaho, you will be rolling for Icy Drag 2002. Icy Drag, and that's a brand new follower tonight. Icy Drag 2002, are you still here? You have to be present to be in the roll-off. Let me look in the thing here.
It looks like they're still here because I can at them.
Let me see if I see them in the. Yep, I see them in the viewer log.
Yo,
all right. You are in the giveaway, Icy Drag 2002. And for all the new followers, yes, please check out our stream schedule. Also, follow us on our Instagram. We're Blue Box RPG on Instagram. We post all of our stream times there as well as on our Discord. All right. So let's go now to you, Josh. Tell us why Becca should be Stream MVP.
Becca should be Stream MVP because she's the best Italian that I know. But Val should be Stream MVP because Val was steadfast and immovable when it was between him and Anaho to get across that pit. And then freaking Val was like, nah, let me just snort this smoke. And then Val started to die, but still stood his ground as And Naho was like, okay, that's it. You'll be the death of us. And they made it across together. Then Val was very helpful when they got up to the top in the cemetery, when Val, thankfully, I guess, took the kill as he shot past, hitting one of the priests in the throat. As then with that kill, I guess is cool. And Val then running with the whole group, helping them out, getting us all to Holbar's house. And Val then being also another comedic relief and also just trying to take care of Rasmus, as it seems, and has kind of, from the last time we were in this house, has made a full 180 from that of being very hesitant and keeping Rasmus at arm's length to trying to feed him, take care of him, as Rasmus is just like, hey, just chill the freak out. He's like, leave me alone, man. But Val should be stream MVP for trying to take the chest, doing his best, sleeping, trying to stay asleep, checking out a dude's wand, or rod, sorry. And I think that's it.
All right, I'll take it. And thank you so much, Tracy. That's Renreb. We appreciate that. And so that's another +1 to all the players. We'll carry all that over because, we didn't have any combat after the 2 priests, which you dispatched summarily. So we will go ahead and carry any of that stuff over to our next time. And we want to say thank you to all the Mad Chatters for all the support tonight. And then... you're going to be rolling for Josh.
I'm rolling for Josh.
You are going to be rolling for Lord Forth. Let's go, William. Man, he's in the giveaways a lot, but he doesn't win as often, as you would think that he might, as often as he's in the giveaways, if that made any sense. I felt like Bilbo at his birthday party. I like half of you less than you should, and like half of the other. I like you. Whatever. We don't say. All right. All right. Becca, tell us why we should have Rasmus as our stream MVP tonight.
Well, you see, Rasmus not only left
not
the
the
last episode with the big boom trying to kill us all, but he went ahead of us once we got through the bloody room of horrors and wanted to scope out, make sure everything was good for us. He, I believe, gave the killing blow to those 2 priests. They were priests, right?
Yeah.
So he gave the last killing blow. He then helped make the decision to which way to get us to safety. He got us in the townhouse all safe and sound, and then even though he wasn't feeling his best, he was a little sick boy, he still kept an eye out and wanted to make sure that we were safe. If he saw anyone coming into the house, he was going to give us a heads up. He played the good guy, telling Val to not steal from the guy that is keeping us in his home, who's allowing us to rest up, basically saying, come on, do we really want to be that person? He, had this good role play with, what was his name? Hobart?
Hobart.
Yes, I think his name was Hobart. And, kind of back and forth of why, just respect and such things. And then once again, as Val is trying to move this big old chest, which he feels is very okay because he said, take what you want. Rasmus once again said, look, I don't have the energy to heal you again. Don't give yourself a hernia. Bringing some, reality checks to the group. So
Yeah.
this is why Rasmus would be stream MVP.
Okay, all right. So before I roll, there is still time. Type !servant. I will also be rolling for Rizia tonight. So I'll do 2 rolls here. So if you have not entered the giveaway yet, you still can !servant. All right. Josh, you will be. Oh, I gave that to you. I should have been the other way. It should. No. I got it backwards though. I was supposed to give that to the one you nominated. So you, Becca, have Lord Forth. You, Josh, have Scott, Obsidian Risk.
Sorry, Obsidian Risk.
And also, before I roll the last one, which I'll roll for, I want to mention giveaways that went out this week in case you're waiting. Jerry, Adam JR, your mug is on the way. Lord Forth, you did win a few weeks ago. You got White Plume Mountain on the way. Toriano, you got something coming to your house. And then Tracy, 70, Tracy Stubbs, you've got that Disney print on the way. And then we got some more stuff that'll be going out early next week. So we're trying to get these giveaways turned more quickly. And vote for Stream MVP, top right-hand corner. Your Stream MVP gets 1,000 experience points, which is very, very helpful to them. And I will be rolling for Woo Man. Congratulations. Bran, only been with us for 2.5 years. So, he's been with us a long, long time and really been fantastic tonight in chat. And so I've got you. All right, let's go around and let's start with you first tonight, Becca. Tell us who you're rolling for and make your roll.
I am rolling for Lord Forth. Is
yes.
He a sub?
Uh-huh.
Is he a sub?
Yeah.
Yep. Here we go, William.
Okay, let's hope this next one is better.
He said the nicest thing in chat. He said he's a winner just getting to watch. Isn't that nice?
John, just a heads up, after I roll, I have to leave because the hurricane is coming at 5 p.m. tomorrow, so I have to get a couple more things.
Oh, okay.
Before then.
Well,
Yeah.
Hob, you're just full of excuses. I mean, seriously.
Gosh, Hob.
All right. What was your roll, Becca?
17.
A 17 for William. Okay, go ahead, Hob.
Me?
Yeah.
Shake it, rolling for Rebecca. I got a 2.
Okay. All right, Hob, can you leave your camera on? Would you mind so it doesn't mess up our views?
That should be fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, we're just going to stare at your candle in your bed, so.
Enjoy it.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right, let's go to you, Naho.
Okay, I'm rolling for IC Dre.
Rowan is currently in the lead. Anaho close by.
Ooh, it's very close. Anaho and Rowan.
Follower, I believe, right? So I 1 die, and I got a 4.
Okay. All right. So, Josh, go ahead.
Obsidian Risk.
Lord Forth still in the lead.
First roll is a 17.
It's a tie in the chat. It's a tie on the vote. Somebody break the tie. It's 10-10, Rowan and Anaho.
Is a 13, so we're tied with 17.
Tied with 17. And I'm sorry, you were rolling for who?
I was rolling for Obsidian Risk.
Obsidian. All right, so it's Scott and William. All right, each of you roll a d20 at the same time. All right, it's a tie. Amanda, can you please launch the vote again, just the two of them, and make it a half timer? This is the second time in a row this has happened. All right.
John, you have to roll for...
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. You're right. And my high is a 12, so no.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go, Obsidian Risk.
Sorry, woman.
Taking you on.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, roll. The revised MVP is up. It's a short timer. Pick between the two.
Becca, what did you get?
We have 71 of you right now in the chat. Surely we can get more than 10 votes apiece for those two.
17.
Again?
Did you even re-roll the die?
Oh, I rolled again? My bad. Hold on.
Yeah,
I didn't
sorry,
re-roll.
Oh, yeah, you got to roll again.
Dang it.
I rolled an 18.
Oh!
Rolled a 14.
Oh! Congratulations, Lord Forth.
Right.
You have won the Terrain Crate box set. Hey, but do not despair. We have great giveaways every single stream here at Blue Box, and this is a big thank you to our sponsors. All of our sponsors provide us some of these fantastic giveaways. I will tell you, give you a little preview. In the month of October, we'll be featuring a lot of cool giveaways. We've got some major milestones. Tears of Air really has gotten off to a fast start as our brand new campaign. But Anaho, you are Stream MVP. Well done, sir. We'll be giving away like Mike Disney prints, all the Overgord stuff, the Skarn. What better thing to do during the month of October? But we've also got other special giveaways. And as we're having our major milestones here at Blue Box, we're thankful to all of you. We're going to get set to raid, but while I'm raiding, players, anything you'd like to share with our viewers? Any questions for them, or maybe words of thanks, telling them how awesome they are? Hint, hint.
Yeah, words of thanks. I mean, we've been, Josh, you and I, Vivi's not here right now, but
Yeah. So
We've
it's
been
really
here.
just you and me.
what is it, like, is it 2.5 years, 2 years? We've been here a long time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool just to know that, you guys enjoy watching this and hanging out with us. So
All right.
You guys must be here for freaking Becky and Rory and John.
If you have not checked them out, this is a fantastic new campaign. Our friend Dave and the folks over at Guild Superior, they're running the Heroes of Greyhawk. So please hang on. Let's give them a little support. When we raid over, don't bounce away just yet. Say hi to them. Maybe stay on as much as you can and support their stream. Heroes of Greyhawk. Thank you very much. Good night from Blue Box, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
And did the raid go through?